Now let's start this Monster Hunter stream the only way we know how. With a monster of my own that I must hunt. Amen to that, brother. God, it'd be so funny if this was a Monster Energy Zero Sugar instead of a Rockstar Pure Zero Sugar that sustained the mind, body, and energy. Specifically, this is the Tangerine Mango Guava Strawberry flavor, which is just another way of saying they like raided the fruit aisle and just whatever they could find they threw in. Alright, official Salted Slices flavor review of the Rockstar Pure Zero Tangerine Mango Guava Strawberry. I think 2 of those 3 fruits are just named to make you feel good. Because if you just called this a guava strawberry flavor, I don't think anybody would have fought you on it. I think they just say, yep, that's precisely what it... None of the mango might as well not even be there. Tangerine's maybe adding a little bit of a tang or something. The mango might just be because they put enough artificial sweeteners in here to like kill an infant. I was gonna say from the medieval ages, but honestly, I think probably any infant. Granted, that would probably be the 240 milligrams of caffeine. We'll do that one for them. But I saw this post earlier where someone said they were 3 years sober of alcohol. And some absolute negative Nancy in the comments hit him with the, yes, but I've gone through your Reddit history and it appears as though you have actually still been smoking weed. So, you're actually not sober at all. And that shit pissed me off. Cause like, did he say he was sober of all substances or did he say he was sober of alcohol? And the answer was, he clarified very specifically in the title that he had given up alcohol. Now you can say, but it's no better for him. That's not up to you to decide, though. Like, everybody has to have an opinion on everything. It's crazy. This guy's just over here celebrating, and someone in the comments is like, have you considered doing more? Okay, slicing the salted. Hello. Also, hi, Sen. Sorry, I make it a rule to not look over to my chat for the first 3-ish minutes of stream as I'm starting up, just so I can kind of like rant. Babble on a little bit, see what comes out of the old mouth. Turns out a lot comes out of me, but no, more time, it gets me in the streaming mindset. So now I'm looking over. Hello, welcome in, BRB. I need to watch a clown girl clip. You and the rest of Twitter, man. Understandable, TBH. Yeah, I want to get like my rambling flow on because I'm really good at yapping, but like I think it matters that I do decent yapping. Because I could talk about the socio-political climate of the world right now for the entire stream, but then I'd be no different than Hassan Piker or Asmongold. And I'm trying to be very different from that. Every single day I wake up. No, I'm kidding. I'd be no different than Will Smith's kid. Which one? Jaden Smith. Right? He was the one who was all about the deep stuff. I can't remember what the other Smith kid was called. Look, I'll say it. They're like the #1 Nepo babies probably in Hollywood. Because what have they done? Well, no, I'm pretty sure his daughter was the one who had that absolute banger, I Whip My Hair Back and Forth. And if you don't know what the song's about, don't worry. The title of it functions as a synopsis. You've got it from there, so it won't be too hard for you to pick up from there. What, you're saying they aren't your role models? Bro, I was talking about this earlier a little bit. This is my mask off take. Get ready. He's a Republican. My mask off take is I kind of feel like almost everybody who does political content as their primary focus leans towards grifting for money because it's more profitable to say stuff that gets more attention. But anyways, I mean, you could say that's a very surface level take, but a lot of people don't see it that way. They're like, all political content creators are grifters except for the one I like. They're the one who genuinely means it. To me, I just feel like all of them are trying to say shit that will make sure that they stay in the public limelight such that they can keep your attention and your money. Which, again, I'm really not here to judge anybody, right? If that's how they make their living, of course they're gonna say stuff that makes them money. So anyways, that's pretty much all I want to talk about that, because as I've mentioned before on stream, I think politics are one of the best topics of all time to talk about and lead to the most fruitful discussions of all time, and nobody's feelings get hurt. My YouTube's glitching out, cuts you off in the middle of yap. Dude, that should be a bit I actually do on stream. Like, I just start talking and I'm like, so anyways, the one thing I wanted to tell you guys was about, and that's kind of why that shit would go crazy. Or we could even do like frozen camera, frozen stream. Sorry guys, I think my mic broke there for a second there. When you did the thing, YouTube also did the thing. My fucking wingman, I'm dapping it up right now. My man, YouTube. Hello, hey, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, well, unless you would like to have a bad one, in which case I hope you're having a bad day. Legend of Zelda Power. Is that what's going on here, huh? Adventurer, you have done well to reach this place. If you pass my trial, potion seller, I shall grant you, or I shall bestow upon you the means to acquire a weapon of great proficiency. Fire Emblem, Strider, Okami, Ghosts and Goblins, Crows. Oh, shit! We can do a Baki collab? Dude! Hunt 3 Mizutsunes. Holy shit. Hi, Sen, how was comp? That's so... Yo! Wait. The Exploding Flame King? Yeah, I don't even know what that one means. It is, client is Shonen Magazine Boss. Boy with turban? Yeah, I've never seen Magi. This one is from the Sealed Beast of Ushio and Tora. Oh, there's a Koro one. Who's that one for? Yeah, I guess that adds up. All of these are like hyper ones, right? Probably not ready to do them yet. You know what, fucking, let's just like fucking start with something crazy. There are some wild collabs. This is what collabs used to be like. Let's go Dread King, or Dread Queen Rathian. Wait, actually, am I able to do Red Helm 2? Red Helm 2 is a capture hunt. Does that make it any stronger? Don't know. Let's just do Dread Queen. I think I'm ready for it. I'm built for it. Those are some wild, yeah. Comp was decent, 1 win away from D2. Holy shit. You're doing it. You're beginning to believe. Dude, so yesterday, me and my roommate, the one who's bedridden, we went to the store, so that's kind of why I wasn't around, because his back is killing him, so we were making sure we had all of our food for the coming weeks, all that kind of stuff, right? And so then I got home, and it was like 7 or 8, so I decided I wasn't going to stream that night, and I decided, why not play the new Monster Hunter Wilds collab? Dude, every time you see me playing Wilds from now on, it won't be SaltedSlices playing Wilds as his own custom character. I'm playing Akuma until the day I die. You can't stop me from punching a monster to death. From the raw aura of punching a monster to death. Once they add a gauntlet type weapon into Monster Hunter, I will become unstoppable. I will get to have my Oppenheimer moment where I look out at all the monsters and realize the destruction I and I alone can cause. Throughout all of heaven and earth, I alone will be the one to kill them. Not bad. NGM should be possible. I had to stop after Punisher main. He made my blood boil. The thing about Punisher mains is you gotta kind of understand most of them are 45-year-old fathers who are playing in their time off. So like, I cut Punisher mains a lot of slack. Because they're doing the job no one else wants to do. Playing the Punisher. He is like the #1 father wet dream character. He's kind of designed intentionally so he can fit that niche. Okay, I was meaning to go shower but got distracted by the Rats Go Live message. It works every time. What can I say? All right, Dread Queen Rathian. Now, this is going to be a little bit harder of a hunt than normal, primarily because the Viagra, I believe, has around a 30-minute kick-in timer, and we should be approaching that, so it should be way harder pretty soon. Forgot antidotes. That's the part I forgot. I knew there was something. But the important part is the actual reason it's going to be more difficult is in this game, they scale monsters in the hub to be fought with around 2.5 players. They have 2.5 times the health, 2.5 times the damage, I believe. 2.5 meaning that, like, if you're doing it 2-player, you should be fine. But 3 players ideal, and 4 players where you start to have, like, you have the edge on the monsters. Now, this is, I'm basing the numbers purely 100% off of how it worked in Monster Hunter 4. I don't know if it's how it works in this game, but the internet was kind of invented by Al Gore for us to spread misinformation, and I thank him for it every day. You're like almost pink Rathian. You're like sickly Rathian. I don't know if I'd call it bubonic plague Rathian necessarily the harder version of it, but sure. He has 100 hours as main as Punisher. With 12 hours, he switched the middle of the game to Bucky, who he has 2 hours on. Hey, can't fault the guy for trying to learn in the middle of your ranked game. Some people will tell you you can fault them for that. That's fucked up, all right? You gotta learn at some point. Why not in the middle of a ranked game? Oh, also, I think that, like, there's a possibility my Nintendo Switch is fucking dying. Okay, I had to sidestep there because I did not trust Rathian to not go for the iconic tail. You do it differently, you motherfucker. All right, it's a good thing that I was ready then. Whew. I was waiting for the tail slap again, honestly. But yeah, I think my Nintendo Switch might just be dying because I went to turn it on for stream today and I got a special new message that I had never seen before, which was a black screen and it said, woo. It didn't say woo, actually, that was me, I said that one. It said that your Nintendo Switch ran into an unexpected error. In order to fix this error, hold the power button for 15 seconds. Now, does that sound exactly like a scammer trying to, like, get into something? Yes, absolutely. It sounds precisely like it, right? Those are the kinds of instructions they'll give you before they take your bank account. For sure. Hold on. This is where my ability to use a flash bomb comes in. Damn. But yeah, so after I held the button, it seemed to turn back on. However, the part that was, like, really kind of skeeving me out about the whole thing was the fact that my Switch was running insanely hot before I did that for not being turned on. So that made me think that, like, mayhaps time is up for my Nintendo Switch 1. And maybe Nintendo is, this is my conspiracy theory, they're deliberately stopping my Switch from working so that I have to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Dexerto, run with this article. It's your fucking time. What the fuck was that attack, man? So Dread Queen Rathian is like normal Rathian, but you use more poison. Hey, that's kind of fucked up of you guys to make. Oh my god, you still have the run attack, though. You haven't done it at all, so I thought, at least as a shining beacon of hope, as a show of goodwill amongst man, I thought they made it so I wouldn't have to worry about the stupid attack. You indeed still have to worry about the they run at you and do 1,000,000 damage attack. Dread Queen is a deviant? Yes, they are a deviant. I used one of my special tickets to fight them. Check this shit out. That did not... Alright, so I've been told before that I don't know how to use flash bombs. That to me felt like a perfect textbook definition of how to use a flash bomb, and it did absolutely nothing aside from bring me discomfort and pain for even thinking for a second that my item would do anything to a flying monster. I can't even see where you are. But yeah, so I don't know how much longer my Switch 1 is gonna last, I guess is the moral of the story here. And it would not surprise me if the answer is far shorter than I'm thinking. I thought surely it's still got a couple good years left in it. After it refused to turn on until I held the power button for 15 seconds to, like, purify it first, I started to realize, you know what, maybe it's almost gone. Maybe its final days are here. Now this sucks. You might say, what sucks? The fact that I have to keep fighting here because Holy shit, does this lag my Switch? And we've just established she's on her deathbed. And Dread Queen Rathian won't let a poor old lady rest. Just kind of goes to show you can't meet your heroes. Was Dread Queen Rathian one of your heroes? For argument's sake, yes. Thank you for leaving. That does mean a lot to me. No Hello Kitty Island adventure for you? Well, luckily that's on Joe's Switch, so I'm still safe anyways. In fact, I was borrowing it when I played it on stream. Oh, speaking of games I played on stream, guys, I'm gonna say something that I don't know if everyone's gonna like to hear. Who am I kidding? You're probably all gonna love it. I don't think Monster Train 2 is coming back on stream. Was it a bad game? I would not say it was a bad game, but I would say it's a game that requires you to read about 980 keywords per run, in addition to a singular misplay blocking you out from the last hour and a half of gameplay you did. It's kind of like if Slay the Spire was made by the modern Magic the Gathering developers, which is to say, I think there's a lot of fun you can have with that depth, and I think it will be a lot of fun for me to go back to off stream and kind of like play in my free time, but I do not think it's a game I would like to play on stream. The sheer amount of reading, the sheer literacy check that I had to go through was too much for a streamer, all right? I read more in that stream than any streamer should ever have to. I might as well have been playing a visual novel, because holy shit, was it a lot. Weaves, gets back in there, trips you up on your legs, does not even do that at all, lies to myself. God, I fucking hate that attack. Will there ever be a day SaltedSlices doesn't complain about it? Yeah, the day the Rathian dies. God damn. Just reminded me that Slay the Spire 2 is coming out this year. Yeah, hopefully. And you might say, why'd you say hopefully? The dev said. Yeah, I got ledged. I got fucking ledged, so I didn't get my dodge, and then I died of poison on the ground. That's so sick. That's so sick. Wait, that's awesome. They're just gonna have me watch for a while? Okay. Did I bring any max potions with me? Wait, you don't like reading, so no AO3 on stream? It would probably be slightly more entertaining for me to read AO3 on stream, just because the sheer, I mean, the keywords in that were absurd, right? Because a keyword that makes somebody take more damage, you can just say, I don't know, with all the mechanics they want to do, you have to have that many keywords, but dear Lord, is it a lot to... It is honestly good AO3 comparison, because it's like reading a fan fiction where you don't know any of the characters from the source material. You will go in and they will reference words that make absolutely zero sense to you because you're like just a normal guy. For example, there was the one item I found that said it reduces cooldown by 1, yet I had never found a unit that had an ability before that. So like, what the fuck does reducing cooldown mean to somebody who doesn't know units have active abilities? The answer is it doesn't mean anything, and there's nowhere on the card that it references that some units have these kinds of abilities. That's just like a knowledge check that you either pass or fail. Woo, okay, missed time to dodge. It is what it is. Dude, I did see, woo, ha ha ha. I have been getting this other thing. There's no clicking on words for explanation. So there was explanation. It was weird, right? There was explanation in the sense of I would click on Pyrogel, and Pyrogel would have an explanation. But cooldown is apparently not a keyword. It's like a trait that gets referenced. So since it's a trait that gets referenced, there's no way to reference what that trait means because they just expect that you understand what that trait is by this point. However, it was my first run ever, right? So like I had no clue what that was. And then it would say grants damage shield to somebody. You have to know what damage shield is, otherwise it means nothing. Now you'd think, is damage shield interchangeable with armor? Well, that's kind of what I thought at first, right? Because there was nothing that I had found that referenced armor at all. So I had just assumed, I get it, damage shield equals armor. Damage shield was not armor though. Damage shield meant actually this negates the next hit no matter what. Now, where was that explained? Well, it was explained once you got the buff onto a unit, but before you had the buff onto the unit, you just had to kind of like infer and guess that you could get it. So it was a lot, and I'm not even saying it's horrible game design or anything. I'm just saying there's so much front-loaded learning that makes it not a good stream game, in my opinion, because as a viewer, you'd have no clue what those keywords were. I'm playing the game and know about 1/10 of the keywords. As a viewer, everyone would be like, can you hit this? Can you hit this? Can you hit this? Nah. Mental gymnastics on stream are annoying. Well, it's also like just the viewer experience isn't there, because you're like, well, why would he take this? What's it doing? Wait, is he winning or is he losing? And you'd have no clue because the game doesn't really explain anything. In fact, what I think would be nice, your whole idea is you're like a demon from hell commander or something, right? Dude, they should have done, you start as a cadet for the tutorial, and then the commander's like, here are some formations I recommend, so you can start to learn basic strategies and layout stuff, because nothing is explained to you at all, which will just lead to a lot of people losing and then not understanding anything about how they lost and then never playing the game again because they went, this game's bullshit, I lost. It's like playing Mahjong for the first time, right? You're not gonna understand anything. And the person who's playing Mahjong with you, they're already out here going like, you didn't even know I have of heaven and earth? No, of course not. What the fuck does that mean? I'm going go mode on you, and I'm like, don't do that probably. I don't know if it's good or not, but like, don't go mode on me. But that's kind of how it feels. Or like, honestly, the game just kind of feels like you're playing Calvin Ball, but I don't know if everybody knows exactly what I'm referencing there. Calvin and the Chipmunks, that's not the name of it. Calvin and Hobbes fans gonna go crazy for that one though. They'll go, ooh, I know that reference. It was probably, I mean, as a kid, it was Calvin and Hobbes and Pearls Before Swine were the two comics that I read consistently. I recognize, damn, rolling directly into a fireball does not seem apt for living. Okay. Well, now we know. I thought it sounded like a good idea. All right, we drink this because he's about to get trapped. Because look at him, he's 2 steps away from the trap. There's no way he dodges this. Yeah, I just can't tell where you are when you're in the air. I'll just keep it 100 with you, man. I have no clue what you're up to when you get up there. All right, he's roaring now. Sure, I'll just drink a first aid med then. Run towards me in a straight line. Oh, so we really have to stop doing this, man. Oh, you're exhausted, you fuck? Oh, you're such an asshole. Just to stay exhausted. Fucker. All right, there it is, there it is. Now we just break wing. Break wing equals no more flying is good. No more flying is good is huge for us because I've got really no good way to deal with him in the air other than hoping he stubs his wing and falls over. Seared slices, scorched slices even. But it felt pretty good. It's nice to warm up after such a cold day. It's actually, it has been pretty cold for me recently, which I am definitely not against. I've had some people complaining like, it's springtime, why is it so cold? How about we enjoy that? How about we enjoy the fact that like it's actually cold during spring instead of complaining about it, because then it's gonna be summer before I know it. And summer's definitely a bottom tier season. I don't believe anybody actually enjoys summer except for like the kinds of freaks who want you to smell bad. Because it's so hot out. Everybody is sweating through their shirt. I don't want that. I don't want to be there for that. I don't need to be there for that. I'd far rather stay inside in my air conditioning at that point. Once it's cold outside for winter, you'll catch me outside all the time. Yeah, it's currently around 70 Fahrenheit for me. 70 Fahrenheit's like, okay. That's like where I like it. It's not, now in my perfect world, it would be like 65 to 68 Fahrenheit every day. What is that in Celsius? That's a great question. Luckily, Google is currently free, so. Just wait, once they start having to pay for those ChatGPT tokens to use Google AI, they're gonna start charging you per search, per the letter. God damn it, you went to an icy zone, didn't you, you cold-hearted bitch. 30 Celsius average here. Not to be that guy. Could you put that? Could you put that in the system that like dead ass nobody else uses real quick? That would mean a lot to me. I know it's for me and me alone. However, sadly, soon is going to be 80 for me, and then the fun is over. Does it get that hot in Germany? I just thought you guys were far enough from the equator that it would be nice and cool all year. Well, I guess I know this. I've seen The Sound of Music. I know exactly how it looks in Austria during summer, so I should already have guessed how it feels during German summers. 30 is 86 degrees. Yep, no, I would be crashing out, man. That could not be me. Holy. Also, saying you'd be too hot at 30 degrees Celsius, that doesn't really say much to me, because I'm too hot 95% of the time. And when I walk into the room, I'm always the hottest guy there. So what's that say? What's that tell you? This Dread Queen Rathian is, you could call her a deviant if you want. I'm gonna call it, she's just like a little bitch. Summer and swings around 85 to 105. Yeah, anything past 100, if it is warmer outside than my internal body temperature gets when I'm like dying with a cold, I really don't want to be outside. And also, I don't understand how anybody says, oh, that's so nice. I can't wait to move. Me neither. Dude, where the fuck did Dread Queen go? And you're gonna say area 1 or 2. It doesn't make sense. They flew from area 1 towards area 5, 6, 7, and 8. So where the fuck are you, Dread Queen? Why are they being such a cow? You motherfucker. I came here twice. I rank hub. The transition into G rank is gonna be hellish. Well, right now we're just doing Dread Queen Rathian as a warm-up. If you move to a colder place, take me with you. I hate summer. There's nothing to like about summer. I'll say it. Oh, but the sunburns are so awesome and the bugs eating you alive is so sick. Way better than winter where I have to wear a fucking coat. Oh yeah, I guess when you put it that way, never mind. Winter sounds horrible compared to summer. Like, is there any way you can describe summer to make it even sound 1/10 as appealing as winter is 24/7? The answer, by the way, is no. Oh my god, what a sweep. God damn. Dread Queen Rathian's an annoying little fucker. People who shame winter are self-centered people. I completely agree. What, you have to wear a coat and that's too much for you, so therefore you'd rather everybody else die from heat stroke because they didn't bring 17 gallons of water with them when they went to the beach? Oh yeah, that's awesome. No, this is so cool for you to do. I'm sure everybody really loves that. And like, what are you supposed to do if you're too hot? That's an actual unironic question, by the way. Because if you're too cold, you put on more layers. If you're too hot, what, do you actually just like rip off your skin? I've tried it before. The voices told me to, and it wasn't comfortable. Cool beaches, I guess. Even then, I don't like beaches. Just go to the beach during winter, coward. They don't close down during the winter, man. Plus, you'll get there cheaper. God damn it. We're poisoned for the 75th time. Oh, when you're too hot, you need to take a dip. That doesn't protect me from sunburn, though. And then it's like, we'll use sunscreen. Yeah, but like, then I'm reapplying sunscreen 97 times. When it's too hot, I just lay on the ground with my air cooling my face. But that's what I'm saying, right? Being too hot just turns you into a vegetable of sorts. Being too cold is like, okay, I guess I'll go put on a hoodie. Like, there's a reason we're out here having expeditions into Antarctica and not into active volcanoes. It seems like we can prepare for the cold, but for the heat, it's just like a get fucked. That shit hit me. All right, see you guys. Yep, see you guys at base. You missed. You absolute fool. Oh, let's go. You have the accuracy of Stevie Wonder. That's so sick. That's so good for me. Hold. God damn, are you annoying as fuck, though. Fighting Dread Queen Rathian has confirmed something for me. Anybody who likes Rathian is absolutely lying to themselves. They are the people who would enjoy heat. Because, dear lord, is Rathian insufferable. Sorry to all 3 Rathian fans out there. I know that's going to come as a surprise to you, but this is the most insufferable monster in the entire game. Holy shit. Everything you do has the hitbox, or a hitbox that covers up the entire arena 3 times over. And poisons, and then you also have burn for good measure while being able to fly. Everybody's least favorite kind of monster. What do you have going for you? That you're famous? Good for you, man. So is the plague. Being famous doesn't mean you're good. Oh, but they're so iconic. I would happily never see them in a game again. I'll say it. If Rathian was out of the game, put me in charge, Capcom. I'll make the game good. I'll add a gauntlet type weapon, and I will remove Rathian from the game. Rathalos can stay. Why? Because Rathalos is all about damage, which feels fair. This bitch is all about status effects and annoying you. It feels like I'm fighting a big Gypceros. And I don't like Gypceros on their own. I could throw a flash bomb here, but they never hit them anyways, so. Sorry, I'm putting the salt and salted here. Dropping some opinions today. If there are any unironic Rathian fans, I just need to know what they see that I don't. Because they're not a very inspired dragon design. Obviously, they're from Monster Hunter 1, right? So they're a very basic, just kind of... actually, they're not even a dragon. They're a wyvern. I understand the 2-legged thing, okay? But, like, they're a very basic design. So there's not much going for them there. They are annoying to fight, which definitely is one of the biggest sins. Okay, cool. I got ledged. Awesome. That's so sick. Fuck Rathian. Why did I pick Dread Queen Rathian? I guess it was because I wanted to warm up and, like, no one ever warmed up by fighting the kids at soccer, you know? If I wanted to warm up, woo, I gotta fight some competition. Doing what I know I can is whatever. Oh, you weren't actually roaring, you were just kind of like faking out. Weaves. Holy, get knocked down. I honestly thought you were getting staggered. I didn't realize you were starting up an attack, you fuck. That one's on me though. That one I will not tolerate Rathian slander for that one. What hit me? When Azure Rathalos exists, I hate that rat. Yeah, you wanna know why Azure Rathalos sucks? Because they fly as much as a Rathian. No, I will agree though, Azure Rathian, or sorry, Azure Rathalos does suck ass. Starting with Dread Queen, ballsy. Bro, I forgot how much I despise fighting Rathians. Every single time, I'm like, I'll do good against Rathian this time and have a fun time. And then every single time, it's not fun. In the wise words of Reggie Fils-Aimé, if the game's not fun, what's the point? It might have been Shigeru Miyamoto. I don't remember who said it. However, fighting Dread Queen Rathian is, or sorry, Rathian is definitely far from an enjoyable experience, I would say. Creates giga poison, does insane damage over time. That's what the point of the game is, to fight Rathian. Well, then in that case, maybe I'm in the wrong franchise, man. You're telling me I gotta hunt monsters? Wait until you fight objectively the worst deviant? I honestly, and this is not gonna be fair, right? Like, I recognize my hatred for Rathian is not fair. You don't have to tell me it's not fair. I know. I don't think I'll hate them as much as this one. Repel Black Dragon Rathian. If the worst one is a Rathian variant, then never mind. I just assumed there was only one deviant per monster. I guess there's no rule that says dogs can't play baseball, and there's no rule that also says you have to have only one per variant. Oh, I mean, I feel like I'm dealing damage, but Rathian hasn't yet. There is actually a Black Rathian. Fuck me. Oh, I already know it's gonna be horrible for me. Oh, I saw something on TikTok. Dude, this doesn't make sense to me. So, The best part of opening up a Pokemon pack, we can all agree, it is opening up the Pokemon pack. Now that might seem like a crazy statement to you, like obviously, right? How could anybody think differently? That's kind of what I thought, but I just don't understand the phenomenon of the pack streamers who sell you a pack at an upcharged price from what it would cost on TCG Player, for them to open the pack live and then send you the hits. Now, I guess the idea is I don't need the bulk, but if you don't need the bulk, just buy the card then. But if you're like, but it's fun to gamble for it, then buy a pack. Like, who are the streams where they rip cards for you actually made for? Because it's not people who enjoy opening cards, obviously. They would open the cards. It's not people who just want the hits. They would just buy the hit. I just don't really get, and the prices are absurd, right? There was a Pokemon ripper I saw. They showed up on my feed. They were advertising their shop everywhere in their description, and it was like $150 some for a Japanese booster box, and I was like, that can't be right. And I looked it up for the set they were talking about. The Japanese booster box is 110, but they rip it for you if you pay 150. Opening my cards for me is not a service. That's a downgrade strictly. The best part of opening it is opening it. That's why I decided I wanted to open it. If I only, I just, like, but it's clearly profitable. And I know there's a lot of scalping that goes on, especially in Pokemon. But even then, there's no shot you're turning to this desperate of a plea, right? I saw there's a whole app. I think it's called Whatnot, or like What Have, or something like that, where people just sell packs and open them live. I just don't understand how there's a market for that. Now, I understand if you're ripping packs and making card pack openings, I understand that. And even them live streaming opening packs, I absolutely understand the joy of watching packs get opened. But the part that really throws me off is the fact that somebody else is funding them opening that pack. If they were opening their own packs, I'd be like, I get why people are so interested in this. They want to see the good hits and all that. And even if it was like a you can buy it, I would also understand that because people want to buy just like their hits, right? Or sorry, no, if you could buy the boxes from them and then you just got a box to open. Yeah, by the way, we're about to go back to base and you might say there's no shot. Yeah, this poison does not fucking quit. I won't even have time to drink. Watch. I need to drink right now, and even then it barely goes through. Holy. Rathian, just give me a second. We'll be right back. Sadly, the shipment was lost, blocked. Well, that's what I really don't get. Is what is the guarantee that when you get a $4,000 card out of their card pack that they're opening for you, they're gonna send it to you? Obviously, the agreement is, well, because I paid for it, right? But like, let's say you're using one of those apps, like Whatnot, for example. I feel like this is how it's gonna go. You open a $4,000 card. Whoever it is that's created this account and is ripping cards for you keeps the card, pockets it 100%. Why would they give it to you? And then they contact support and say, hey, we can't fulfill this order. Refund them the $40 they paid for us to open this pack. What are you supposed to do at that point? I guess you can sue them, maybe. But not if they don't have their information. It just seems like anybody who buys packs from one of those rippers definitely wants to get scammed, because just buy the pack. Just buy the pack. And then people go, but what if the packs are weighted? So that's why I don't trust TCG player packs. But like, I don't even get that argument, because do you want to know who else will be weighting the packs? My mom! Sorry, I just thought, I reminded myself of regular show. Do you want to know who else is going to be weighting the packs? The fucking guy you just paid $40 to open a single Pokemon card pack. He's absolutely going to scam you for that one. People continue to buy from TikTok shops and also enable them to scout more products from kids in physical game stores. I just don't get how it became an industry, because it can only exist as an industry if somebody is funding it. And I just can't imagine waking up as an honest to God person and going, Today I will pay some mysterious man on the internet $50 to open up a card pack. And maybe send me the cards if I'm lucky. I still remember the legendary clip of the guy, I pulled the rarest card from the set and took the cards to the different side and suddenly it was a different card. I've seen that one, the Moonbryon. Yes, Moonbryon is a big hit. So that one was very large drama for everybody because even if you didn't know about the card game for Pokemon, it's really easy to say, hey, this is a $5,000 card at PSA 10. It might have changed since, by the way. It was, I believe it peaked 5K. I don't know what it is right now. But when you say the amount of money associated with it, people go, holy shit, that guy's a horrible person for scamming it. So it makes it really easy to have a perspective on it. Hey, I never played this game. What's it about? I'm happy you asked. So, this game is called Monster Hunter. We hunt monsters. I know it sounds like I'm being a smartass, but I genuinely mean that's hunt a Celtis, hunt a Gendrome, hunt a Gypceros, hunt a Velocidrome, hunt a Yankaku, hunt a Daimo Hermitar, Cephadrome, 2 Great Macau, Tetsuka. It's a game, and you might say, so then what's the appeal to it if all it is a boss rush? Well, first of all, the bosses are very fun, except for Dread Queen Rathian. Feel free to rewind 15 minutes of the stream to see me complaining about that one. But also, said parts then you get to use, for example, we just beat the Dread Queen, so now I can make the Dread Queen helmet if I wanted. Obviously, I don't have all the parts for it right now, but you can make all of your armor from it. Your armor then leads into you getting passives, your builds, and there's 14 different weapons to choose from that all have very different playstyles, each of them definitely deserving to be their own weapon because they do stand apart so much. So, this is the one that I use. I use a switch axe. Why? It's an axe that turns into a sword, and that's awesome. Now, if you want a sword that turns into an axe, you do have the charge blade. I suppose that does not really stand out at making them very different. Their play styles are insanely different. However, at a surface level, and then you got my goat, the insect glaive. Why don't I play it more? You just kind of get tired of bouncing through the air at some point. And if you haven't yet, you will. No, that's not true. Some people can definitely use this weapon forever. And I get why. It's nice to have your little insect with you. Those $2 tablets look mighty real and scrumptious. Which $2 tablet? Salted, not sponsored slices. Yeah. Moonbryon. Yeah. It was it's an Umbreon who has a moon behind them. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, and maybe I am keeping gender norms around and I should get canceled for this. However, does anybody else view Umbreon as a guy and Espeon as a girl? There's just something about them. I view that, by the way, with the other chain of evolutions too, where I think Leafeon is the guy and Glaceon is the girl. What about from the basic ones? To me, Jolteon is the only male one from the basic ones. Now, obviously, they can be any gender, but in my mind, the evolutions are set to certain genders. What about Sylveon? Since they're the trans color scheme, I'll say they can be whatever they want, because now I can't get canceled. Jolteon is the only male evolution. Okay, you don't know. Sylveon could be female to male, for all you know. And now you're not based. There's something inside them that's hard to explain. What does he mean by that? Oh, I don't know if I can handle this issue with tact. I think I'm gonna back away from it. Nah, Sylveon is NB. Nice butt. Hell yeah. You too, Sylveon. My man. I guess my NB. There we go. Honestly, that sounds worse. That actually sounds like I'm trying to not say a slur. Oh. Anyhow, let's put something together here. I guess we'll just go Moxie, sure. Why not? Alright, a little bit more caffeine within me. How much have I ate today? Sorry, I'm trying to think if this caffeine is gonna, like, decimate my stomach. I think I've had around 1,300 calories total today. So probably not enough for me to be chugging this much caffeine. But at the same time, the idea of eating food right now, it's just not appealing to me. So I'll just wait for a bit longer. You know, until my body is timing out, I suppose. And Anyways, let's go get this great Macau, shall we? We have 2 of them to hunt. Now, the reason I'm doing this one next is I think it'll give us another ingredient, and if it does... What's good? Oh. I was waiting for you to do your attack, but that's cool, too. Weaves. Holy, wait. They're calling him the best ever, do it. Yo, also, a new set of Pokemon TCG Pocket released today. Did I get anything good? Fuck you. You probably know the answer to that, okay? I had so many hourglasses saved up. I was so excited. Because my goat, one of my favorite Pokemon, Buzzwole, was in this set. I hate to say it. They fucking boomed me, man. They got me so good. You didn't pull anything now? That's crazy. My friend stole my luck. Because I was texting one of my IRL friends who plays the game. And this motherfucker has opened 5 packs of the new set, okay? I'm currently on 41, by the way. I've done all of the solo battles to pull more. And they have the Gold Crown Nihilego and the Immersive Buzzwole. And I think that is a fucked up thing to do to me. Buzzwole is so goated in Pokerogue. Buzzwole's been my favorite Ultra Beast since Ultra Beast were a concept. So it was pretty easy for me. And then they put Buzzwole in... Pokemon Unite. And it made me go back to playing Pokemon Unite because I wanted to play my goat Buzzwole. And how do you feel in Pokemon Unite? I don't know, just kind of like everything in Pokemon Unite really does feel like you're playing League of Legends for kids. So, like, fine. But only because I have League of Legends knowledge and children still eat their boogers on the playground. So it's not really a fair comparison. But, like, I would shut down with Buzzwole. Was he ever meta? I don't keep up with the meta. And when you don't play the game often, they only put you up against the children who have no clue what's going on. Which makes it even easier for me to then just keep winning with Buzzwole. That means his God Pack is near. It better be a God Pack that has 2 immersive Buzzwoles and an and a Gold Crown Nihilego. And then all is forgiving. I did get 1 hit, but I don't really count it as a hit. And like, people are gonna say I'm being greedy for this. I got the 2-star full art shiny Arcanine. And you might say, but that's a good hit. It's just like, yeah, but it's Arcanine. No offense to my Arcanine fans out there. However, I don't know. Also, shiny Arcanine is just kind of like... Look, I can't run it in a deck. It's nothing I was looking forward to. And I'm upset that my luck was kind of wasted on getting a card that I'm never going to run a single time. I still use an Arcanine deck. Yeah, but I don't. If I need a fire deck for anything, I'll just run the Stoke Charizard. Trade me? Can't trade shinies. Hate to break it to you. They're considered a special protected class. Why? I don't know. I haven't seen a single person aside from me like shinies, so. Dude, negativity online is so easy to come by. Because, like, I was so excited that we were getting a new set for the Pokemon card game already. I was like, oh boy, I love Ultra Beast. I can't wait. Come to find out, everybody online that I see is complaining, they're releasing content too quickly. I can't even 100% every single card in the set before the next one comes out, and I'm a free-to-play player. But, I don't know. Then, like, don't pull on every set? And I know it's like, but it's a card game, I have to. I don't know, the card game's not, like, really that meta competitive. I hate to, like, the cards you need to play in the meta are so insanely easy to come by. Just run a Rampardos deck if all you want to do is win. If all you care about is winning, just run Lycanroc Rampardos. Every card in that deck is tradable, and they're all super cheap to trade for because they're 1 and 2 star, or they're 1 and 2 diamond cards with like 4 total 3 diamond cards. That is nothing to trade for. So like, anybody who's like, there's too much content to keep up, wants to play every single deck for free and is upset that they can't do that 100% with all of the alt arts also. Because also, if you don't care about the alt arts, it's pretty easy to get your copies of things you care about. Two-man run Zapdos. Zapdos has been a little bit meta crap. But like, a Rampardos deck is so easy to put together. And it's so strong, and it's one of the top decks in the game. Anybody who says, oh, I wish I could run a Giratina deck, I guarantee you what they mean is, I wish I had the different arts for the Giratina that they had, like the immersive one or the full art, because then my deck would look prettier, because it is very easy to get 2 of 1 EX. I think I only have 1 complete one. I stopped playing when they removed God Pack sniping. I don't even know what that is, but like, I think any game that people take this, or as seriously as they're taking Pokemon Pocket, they're just not gonna like. Same exact thing happens with League of Legends, every patch. I was reading they got like 30 plus full art 2 stars. Holy. Wait, how did you God Pack snipe? Not that I'm wanting to know. Like, I mean, it's been removed, right? Was that the tech that people would do where you would friend request somebody who was like a bot account who would just go for a God Pack, and then you would friend request them once they got the God Pack so that you could get them as a wonder pick, and then you would just go from there? I don't know. I feel like if people want to game the system that hard, just fucking like let them. Especially because you can't get immersives from that. You can't get gold cards from that. You can't get shinies from it. So there's still cards that would be rare for people doing that. It's not like it ruins the entire game. I don't know. Just like fucking let people enjoy the game, I guess. Hold on, I gotta plug in my phone real quick. It just made a little beep that it was low. Yeah, I remember seeing people talk about that. And I don't know. I kind of agree that it was a pointless change to get rid of it. Because who cares? It's all for a virtual card game where the cards don't actually have any real world value even remotely. My Gengar deck was baller as hell, got 2x full art and rainbow. Dude, the rainbow art Gengar is one of my favorite cards in the game. Unfortunately for Gengar though, now his best deck is using the non-EX version of him. But he's pretty good when you use the non-EX version. By the way, we got 2 bird wyvern gems. What are we gonna do with those? I don't know. Got a gold crown small. I didn't even notice. Man, I love Gengar. Well, then use the 1 cost attack bother Gengar that does 50 damage. He's pretty good. I have a shiny version of him and I'm pretty happy about it. Why do I say pretty happy about it instead of ecstatic about it? Because Gengar's shiny might as well not exist. Like, his shiny is there in name alone. You really have to squint. Gengar's shiny could be used in order to do a colorblind test on people, but just because it works on everybody. You don't have to be colorblind for it. It will work on you. I stopped mainly playing because it was boring. Yeah, so that's why I don't play the battles that much. I play like 1 or 2 battles a week. I'll hop onto the ranked ladder every now and then and just go, yeah, let me check what's going on here. Get completely fisted by meta decks and go, all right, it was still pretty fun. And then I hop out of ranked and just open my daily pack still. And I think that that's the optimal way to play the game. Because I'm yet to see anybody who grinds ladder in any game ever say the game is fun. Don't forget the people saying, why aren't they listening to the fans? Hold on. I have to alt-tab some of my stuff so that I have my correct things up. Okay. I just have to make my Twitch chat bigger. I forgot to make it larger. No wonder everything felt so squished there. Why aren't they listening to fans, but not those fans, but fans like me, the true fans? Yeah, and then those true fans go, they should make 17 more Charizard cards. I'm sorry if you are a Gen 1er. You have to, at some point in your life, grow up. Now, if you're a Gen 1er who says Gen 1's your favorite, but you don't shit on other Pokemon generations, go about it as you wish, right? If you think Gen 1 has the best designs, I can't stop you from thinking that. I think you're wrong, but hey, that's your opinion, right? If you're someone who says all of the designs started sucking after Gen 1, that's crazy to me. That's insane. Like, that's criminally psychotic. I think that what happens for a lot of people who say Gen 1's the best gen and has all of the best designs is they became adults that lost their sense of whimsy. So now they look at designs and go, they never would have made that when I was a kid. But if they did make that when they were a kid, they'd say that's one of the classic ones. You want a perfect example of this? Everyone shits on Klefki, right? Klefki, pair of keys. That's not a Pokemon. That's a pair of keys. I agree with you. However, coughing, that's not a Pokemon. That's a floating orb of gas. Ghastly, that's not a Pokemon. That's a floating orb of gas. You'll start to notice that it's like really easy. Magnemite. What's that one? A floating orb with 2 arms. Geodude, that's just a rock. Arcanine and Growlithe, what are they? They're literally just dogs. Like, I agree that some of the designs are not great that come out now. Just like they've always not been great for every single design. Anybody can cherry pick. Muck and Grimer. Balls of Sludge. I don't think they were patting each other on the back and saying, yup, we've made the next multi-million-dollar idea right here with Muck and Grimer. However, those are Gen 1, so you gotta throw respect on them. Even the legendaries in Gen 1, right? Mewtwo's got Aura. I'll give it to Mewtwo. Same with Mew. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, literally just birds. I'm sorry, they don't do much for me. I don't dislike them. However, Entei, Suicune, and Raikou came in just to clear the hell out of them. Now, they're far from the worst trio. What's the worst trio? The worst trio of legendaries has to be Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion, with Keldeo as the other one. I'm sorry, those designs are all cheeks. I don't like a single one of them. I think those are some of the more over-designed ones for sure. Journalistic tasting G7 has come into the chat and let me know that I can buy cheap viewers somewhere. Unfortunately, it goes against my morals to buy people, but thank you for checking. That's really kind of you, journalistic tasting J7, but it's just not for me. We kind of went down that road at one point and we decided it wasn't for us, and that's when I decided it also wasn't for me. White Liver X2, how many do I need? Deliver 3, okay. Guess we're gonna be staying here until another Kelby spawns. It's the worst thing you could have done is spawn in. See ya. It's just that simple. Spoopy Joe, ban that guy who put the link in chat. He must get killed for his crimes. I wonder how many messages those bots sent per day. Enough that Twitch auto tags it for me as a suspicious user who is likely not real. I do like that they say likely not real. They're like, we don't want to fully rule out that journalistic tasting J7, who's advertising a view bot, which goes against the terms of service to Twitch.tv, is not a real person. However, and you know what fucks me up about it the most? You know what, journalistic tasting G7? I'll say it. I'll freaking say it. I'm a little bit upset at you for one reason. Bots used to have the decency to follow before they got banned. Now you don't even do that. That's the most fucked up part. You're supposed to give me my 1 second of dopamine when I see the number go up. I'm a gamer. Of course I want to see the number rise. Speaking of things that are rising and or falling, my patience is thinning, much like my hair. Give me the white liver. Bots have lost the foreplay. That's what I'm saying. They're not even lubing anymore. It's so sad. We live in a lubeless society. Why am I lynching? Hello? Oh. Because of you? Because of you. Get out of here, man. Who do you think? Bro, you're nothing. You are dirt beneath my heel. Remember this. I'm just doing this to scare you off. I've got no intention of killing you. I'm just showing you who's in charge. Me. The answer was always me. It was always me. Have you thought about taming those dragons? Yo, why are they making a live action How to Train Your Dragon? I had no clue that they were. Until... Okay, now this is just getting absurd. There's 2 of them? Damn it. Okay, fine. We'll just get out of here then. Speaking of numbers going up, have you played Balatro? Oh, have I played Balatro? I've bought it on both, or sorry, on all my PlayStation, my computer, and my mobile device. Why? Because Local Thunk deserved all of the support he could get for making that absolute gem of a game. How many times have you beat Gold Stake? Let's not talk about things that make people sensitive and emasculate them. Let's just let people exist. To answer your question, I've won a Gold Stake like 4 times total. So like not very many, okay? But I've got a couple Gold Stake wins under my belt. And there's probably a couple of overlaps between cards. I don't even remember the cards I have gold stamped 100%. I know I have Throwback gold stamped because that one's just so easy to scale up. No, not Throwback. I'm thinking, oh, Switch? Yes, I also own it on Switch. Good call. Yeah, I own it on 4 devices. How many of those Gold Stake wins were flush? I'm not a flush gamer. I don't like flushing, especially my toilet. I'm trying to make the perpetual stew in my toilet bowl. Yeah, that's top 10 best sentences I've ever said on my channel. I'm putting that one up there. I'm trying to let it marinate a little bit. No, yeah, I've stopped becoming a flush game. Flush is great for early game. I'm a 5 of a kind gamer myself. Yeah, I mean, flush 5 if I can. So I guess that's where I'll flush, is if it's 5. But if it's only 4, psh, I do flush house a decent amount. Like doing the king, queen, flush house, sockin' buskin', re-triggering with the legendary one where scored kings and queens give. That's my favorite build of all time. However, you do need to find a legendary joker for it, so it's not exactly the most consistent build, but when it happens, holy. It's pretty close to the non-inf build, but obviously non-inf, you're going to be using Mime, re-triggering. I'll say it, Mime, King, Baron is boring. It's been done to death. It insists upon itself. Man, I need the update already. I need more gambling. The local casino calling to you. It's just waiting for you. If you need more gambling, you can win wherever you want. I mean, I've said it before, right? I don't think a single game has ever become worse if they've added gambling into it, real or otherwise. And you're gonna say gacha games are predatory. Yeah, but you wanna know why they're predatory? Because gambling's fucking awesome. And so people go, you're telling me I can spend money, spin my virtual slot machine, and if I win, an anime woman says hello to me? How many thousands do I have to pay? Free-to-play gacha game players are something special to me, though. Because, like, that's such a level of self-control that's insane. Granted, I think everybody's free-to-play until that one thing happens. Like, oh, I play Genshin Impact, but I'm free-to-play. And then all of a sudden they release a character out of nowhere that wasn't drip marketed, and you go, oh no, this is my favorite character in the game. And all of a sudden you're spending $30 going, well, I've played the game for 3 years. I guess $30 isn't so bad. And that's where the slippery slope starts. Hey guys, I'm starting to think they also removed white livers from the game. Speaking of gambling, can't seem to get a win here. Don't know why that is. But yeah, I mean, Monster Hunter's basically just gambling with extra steps. Every time I'm fighting a monster, I'm gambling what parts I'm gonna get. Basically what happened to me with War Thunder. Yeah, I mean, they prey on that slippery slope. Now, the worst part is I can recognize that, point that out, and say, aha, and then still lose my money to it. And Lucky Cat, my beloved. Yeah, okay, so Lucky Cat is probably my all-time favorite Joker. I'm happy to find somebody else who loves it. Red Seal, Lucky Cat, oops, all 6s. We're going to the moon. I don't care that my run is inconsistent with its score. The consistency I need is in my heart when I see Lucky Cat scale more. When I see that I have a Joker up top that's like, hey, by the way, this also will deal, or this will do X48 molt. And then I go, yep, we're Lucky Catting now. High quality pelt obtained. What does a fella have to do in order to get a singular other white liver? It's a great question. It just won't happen. Lucky Cat has been hiding from me. Find them. Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. Well, another one down. any day now. I thought this would be a quick hunt in and out. I honestly think the Great Macau was... This is fucked up. This is actually getting fucked up to levels I didn't think that it could. How is it doing it? The cat is clean. My cat, after licking its balls for... for 40 minutes. Oh yeah, it's time. Do cats ever groom humans? Not in like the you're very mature for your age kind of way, but like, do they ever lick humans to clean them? My cat hates people, by the way. So like, I wouldn't know. Plus, it was my childhood cat. Yeah, they do. Yeah, see, my cat was from a shelter where they were almost definitely abused by people before. So they're like an insanely independent cat. And she really does not get along well with many others. She'll interface with you on her terms exclusively, because she does not like people at all. I think she was either a stray or abused by people before, because we got her at 6 months old, I believe, and she has a severe distrust of humans. And she is 10 now? It's usually a sign that you is one of your own. Yeah, that's why I was like, mine would never. Granted, I've never been lucky enough to meet somebody who has a nice cat in person. Because my other friend, whose house I would go to constantly when I was a kid, he had a cat, but his cat was an outdoor cat. Now, don't get on your soapbox, by the way, and say cats shouldn't be outdoor cats because of the harm they cause to the environment. I know, but at the time, I was 8. What did you want me to do? Look it up? We were lucky I was barely able to play Toontown for 1 hour a night, okay? So, like, I didn't know that cats being outdoor was harmful to the environment. Also, it wasn't my cat, so I couldn't say anything about that, okay? I'm well aware now that you shouldn't let cats be outdoors because they disrupt local ecosystems. It's the equivalent of allowing an invasive species to run wild. I know. However, that wasn't my cat. My cats are outdoor cats. See, it's rough, right? Actually, no, that's the noise dogs make. Never mind. No, the reason it's rough is if a cat starts becoming an outdoor cat, they become too antsy when they're inside because they're used to being outdoors. So my cat doesn't really yearn for the outside as much because they're happy to be indoors 24/7. But if you let your cat be an outdoor cat, then they yearn for what they once had. Also, the other downside to outdoor cats is you never know what's going on in nature. So there's still the chance that your cat doesn't come back. Like, my neighborhood had a lot of foxes. I think that everybody who had an outdoor cat, that's an insane idea. I see a fox almost every other night. I don't think your indoor cat is winning, man. But yeah, no, my cat... Also, we did something that was a little bit unethical, but yet again, at the time, I was like... When this happened to my cat, I was probably 9 years old. And, like, had I known more, I would have advocated to not do it. And it probably only added to her distrust of humans. However, my cat hated humans so much that the vet we went to asked us not to bring our cat back. Because they were like, look, it's so hard to deal with her. But... what we did, look, I know it's not based. I'm well aware. I didn't advocate for it. We did get her declawed because of how much she tried to kill people. Her front claws. She still has her back claws. I don't know if you ever declaw back claws. But, like, as a kid, I didn't know how horrible and atrocious declawing was. I was just happy that my cat would not try to kill me anymore. Now, as an adult, I should have just sucked that shit up because I'd rather them have their whole fingers. I didn't realize we were giving them the mafioso punishment of you betrayed the family, you gotta lose a couple digits. I didn't know that's what was going on. I thought it was just like their claws fall off. I'm kind of depressed being indoors all the time, so it's what they need. Plus the bad for environment shtick is only applicable to specific environments. Yeah, it's definitely applicable to around me, though. 100%. I'm not saying it's 100% applicable to you. I was just saying for me. Hey, Rag, good morning. For you. By the way, I'm not saying it's a bad morning for me. I'm just saying it's after work for me. Making it explicitly no longer morning. Unless, of course, you just woke up, in which case based. And I wish I could do the same. Dude, I kind of think that, like... I kind of think that being a night owl is baked into your genome. I think you can work to change it, but your... What's it called? Circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm? I think your rhythm will always be off once you try to change it. Oh yeah, I didn't mean you were saying that. I've just heard that people spout that point all the time, regardless of whether or not it's applicable. Yeah, I think it's because in most US places, aside from rural US places, it's very applicable. Most US places. Not, again, not all, however. So I think that's kind of how it becomes a fact for, a quote-unquote fact for people, is if it applies to the US, then people in the US assume it applies to everyone in the world. But, dude, I kind of just feel like I consider myself a night owl, right? I love to go to bed late and wake up at exactly 9 so I can roll out of bed and do my commute to my desk to turn on my computer and work from home for the rest of the day. I don't feel correct if I go to bed at 10 and wake up at like 6 a.m. That doesn't add up to me. If I wake up and can see the sunrise, I don't feel well rested. If I wake up when the sun is already up, then I'm like, hell yeah. I'm ready for a full day of fun. And I think that's just kind of like how it's baked into me. Sleeping before midnight just ain't right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't hit correct for me. My brain can't comprehend that I'm supposed to be going to bed at that time. And I've tried to adjust that sleeping course, but it's just... I decided that I'm not going to keep fighting my nature. My body wishes for me to go to bed at like 12:30 to 1-ish a.m. and then wake up at 9. I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna force myself to go to bed before that for absolutely no reason. The arena overflows with Bofongo and Renault Plus. Yeah, so we're just doing, by the way, these. The reason I'm doing these is we have all of the quests for it anyways. All of the quests for, like, doing requests for people. So we might as well get them out of the way, because then we can get new equipment and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god, wait, this is fucking awesome. What a quest. You guys ready to watch me get folded around for a while? On the bright side, we need raw meat. Boy, do I have a solution for us. Please don't charge at me right now. You motherfucker. Get ready for this for a while, man. Hold on, hold on. This time he'll let me get it. You motherfuckers. Hold on, hold on. They're just about to let me get it. See? He's slowly walking over. Oh, this is so peak. What a quest. Dude, I love when Capcom did fun quests like this. Holy shit. What are the fun quests we have in Wilds? I know Wilds is pretty new compared to Generation, so maybe I shouldn't be comparing it. Maybe I should compare it to the World Fun Quests. World Fun Quests, I remember the Great Jagras, the Lesser Jagras, and the Greatest Jagras. And I thought that was a really fun quest where they did the different sizes for all of them. I remember that one 100%. What other fun quests did they do? I'm sure there were more. I'm not trying to say there aren't. However, they don't really jump to me. Those Jagras quests were fun. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember there was some Rajang. Oh no, they did a Nergigante one where they made Nergigante tiny, but boosted his damage. So this little speck would fly in the air and then still one-shot you with the dive bomb. I remember that one. That one was really fun. They did those in World. Currently in Wilds, I wouldn't say we have none, because the Akuma quest is fun. The Akuma Arena quest is a really fun one, because they give you a very aggro monster to fight with it. And I'll say it. It has reaffirmed everything I've believed, which is Monster Hunter should have a fist-based weapon class. In before somebody says, what did you know, actually? in Monster Hunter, the MMO, you could actually play with tonfas. I know, but that's not in this game. I think what tonfas and magnet spike were the two that were added in, the hidden 15th and 16th weapon type. Now we luckily have a 15th. Wilds have a fist weapon set now, technically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I played it yesterday using the fist weapon. Holy shit, would Monster Hunter be so peak if there was a gauntlet type weapon, man. It would be so, yeah, that would be mine 100%. Fisticuffs would be so spectacular. Well, here's the other reason I'd say it, right? Aside from Hunting Horn and Hammer, Blunt is like a side topic of a lot of weapons. Fist could just let you fucking beat the shit out of things and give them concussions, and that's awesome. That's my ideal play style, is haymakering a monster. Think you're tough shit, Ray Zhang? You ever take a punch like this? And with power clashes, a fist weapon would go so hard where you just use your fists to clash with them. It'd be so peak. Plus, isn't it time we get a new weapon? The last new weapons were Insect Glaive and Charge Blade that were both added in MH4. MH4 released what? Fucking ages ago at this point. And then the weapon before that was Switch Axe, added in Monster Hunter Tri. And, I mean, I guess technically the medium bow gun was added in Tri, but, like, that doesn't exist anymore. And I believe the medium bow gun might have just been a community name for the fact that you had the customizable bow guns, which was the coolest bow gun system. I'll give it to that. If I ever wanted to play bow gun in a game, it would be in Tri, because I liked that one. More than 10 years ago, that's what I thought. They don't have to be so afraid of adding a weapon. It's okay. Capcom, you can just release it. Well, you know what? Maybe they shouldn't add any new weapons. And I'm not saying it because I'm like, because you would mess with the OGs. No, I don't care about that. Maybe they shouldn't add a new one because Capcom doesn't have the ability to add something to a game without making it brain dead broken. Give me a magnet spike, Capcom. That's true. That one's already created. They can just add that one. Are the magic spike that the spikes the tonfas, or are those the two separate ones? Because I believe those are the two separate weapons, but maybe magnet spike is tonfas, because every time I say the name magnet spike, I can see it just being two spikes that are on your arms. Which would make them basically tonfas. Add new weapons, because they don't give it that's without balance. That is true. I mean, wound system kind of shows that balance is out the window. So just give me my gauntlets, man. Just get. In fact, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's like a concept out there of boom fists. I would be so down for a file charge-based fist weapon where you punch normally to fill files and then expend them on explosive punches. By the way, you can do a Shoryuken with Sword and Shield. In this game, or just like in general? Because I know you can do the backstep, charge up, run in, hit them, fly into the air, and then down stab. I know there's that one, but I believe that was added in World. So basically you went Yang from Ruby. Alright guys, it's my time to anime weeaboo confession. I never watched Ruby. Why? I can't speak. The people won't like me. Okay, I'll speak. All right, fine. Everybody's putting so much pressure on me. Fine, I'll fold. I'll fold like a chair under pressure. Fine, if I must. Because the story never looked good to me. And I know that that's sad. But the fight scene seemed cool, but that didn't mean I needed to watch this show for the story. I could just, like, see somebody make an AMV out of the fight scenes. Also, I'm not somebody who's like, CGI has no place in anime. But some of the backgrounds are, in my opinion, very rough. I don't think the character models are bad or any of the posing and movements are bad. But I did not like some of the backgrounds or set pieces they had. I felt like all of the attention went towards the characters more so than the set pieces. And I don't know if that's a fair criticism, because like I said, I didn't really watch the show. I've only seen like clips from it. I know that her scythe is peak as hell. And why do I know that? Because she was in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, which everybody played, I hope. And if you didn't, go play it right now, but only because you can have Naoto Shiragon. What the fuck was Naoto's last name from Persona? Anyways, you can have Naoto as your avatar, which is peak. Now, I use Kanji as my avatar, because Kanji, I'll say it, I like Kanji as a character more than Naoto. Kanji was, and probably is, my favorite character from any Persona game. It's very rare that I see representation of a homosexual man in Japanese media that I think looks good and respectful. And I liked how they did Kanji. They played him as a punchline a couple of times, but I feel like with Japan, you gotta expect some of those gags, right? Like you see an old man, you just have to accept that he is going to grope a woman without consent. And like, it sucks, but what am I can't change that. Over there, sexual assault, just like, it's the funniest thing you can do. That's why Sanji's a character in One Piece. And why Toei keeps going, you wanna know what would be really funny is if Sanji got heart eyes while looking at this 12-year-old. Hey guys, I don't think that's really funny. I think that just means he belongs in the Minecraft category on Twitch. So, I mean... Alright. Hopefully we got some good... We did get 10 raw meat. That's good, that's good. But man, the fact that 10 is the limit, what am I supposed to do? When the best part of me was always you, yeah. And what am I supposed to say? Because I'm all choked up and you're okay. Early season were rough. It got a lot better by the 3rd or 4th, but that's a lot of effort if the story ain't interesting to you. Well, I also had a friend who said he hated something they did in one of the later stories. I can't remember if it was a time skip or like a character's death that got undone by time travel or something like that. There was just some change that he was like, ever since then, I never looked at the show the same way and never went back. So then when I heard that, I went, okay, I really don't have to care. I don't know if that was way later, though. That might have been like season, I don't know what season they're on. I think he said it was like season 6 or something. Weird that we don't have a spear in a game about hunting. Yeah, I think they kind of just assume that the lance will hold over spear lovers. That's my guess, at least. So we can go report some stuff. Good day, Mr. Ratman. Good day to you as well. I didn't realize we were being so cordial. How are you on this fine eve? Oh boy, more notes. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought you had, yep. All right, there it is. More notes! There's one death that got undone, but it made sense, and then they died again permanently this time. That is so fucked up for them. Holy, can you imagine? Coming back just to lose again? That's so sad. It's honestly story of Krillin's life in Dragon Ball. They revive Krillin just to kill that bald fuck one more time. Oh yeah, it was rough. I mean, that's a horrible way to go. We did get a new ingredient, by the way, so it was worth it. This is the reason I wanted to do these, is we might have gotten new ingredients from it. And the more recipes we have, the better I feel about myself. As number goes up, I feel better. Oh, that's right. This is you guys that I just did that for. You probably have another quest for me, if I had to guess. Thanks, man. Okay, thanks, man. Can you get a Cha-Cha to fight with you in this game? Which part is the character in question was a sweet bean and a bit of a fan favorite. Yo, I'm gonna say something. This is somewhat related. Cover your ears if you don't want to. Oh, wow, we can make the Dread Queen axe. Wait, we got enough to make the axe after one. Should I just make the Dread Queen one because it's cool that we can have one of the deviant weapons? Do you have any new outfits or accessories coming for your Rattata? Not currently, because the person who works on my rat avatar is actually working on their own model so they can start streaming art and rigging and doing VTuber stuff. So as of right now, the rat's in a bit of a holding pattern where obviously their stuff comes first. They're the artists. So right now, the rat is as he is. Come as you are. And I always do. And it's gonna look sick. Yeah, I've seen the preview, so has Zen. It's coming along very nicely. So then obviously I'll link them below in my channel just in case anybody is like, where'd you get your avatar? And then I can be like, fucking don't bother me, dumbass. Exactly like that. Be like, what do you freaking think I'm here for, huh? You think I'm streaming just to answer your G-dang questions? Sorry for swearing. I know some people are more sensitive to it when I say swear words like that. I'm sorry. If your mom makes you turn off the stream, that's on me. I shouldn't have said that. Airship ticket obtained. Okay. So now we can get some new recipes going. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I get up and go piss now or later. Sorry, it's not ladylike of me to say piss. Take a tinkle. That's so sick that the new ingredient that I got is used for fucking nothing. That's so awesome, dude. Thank God. I was so worried that that would be useful. Good thing they really alleviated that worry. Now there's this one, which might give us something. Also, hunting a devil hoe does sound like fun. Do I not have a devil hoe weapon I can make? I feel like everybody does, right? Maybe mine's an offshoot weapon, which is why I can't see it yet. Or I just totally forgot that it's there. Yeah, because that's Diablos, that's Rayshang, that's Baroth, Kutku. Where's the devil hoe? Have you hunted a devil hoe already? Yeah, I've hunted one. In this game, in the world, I hunted like 5 or 6. Minimum. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you gotta remember, in World, they just kind of give you every single drop after one hunt, so... In World Onward, they really just say, I don't know, go for it, I guess. Then you can upgrade Power Charm and Armor Charm. Oh, shit. How would a young fellow such as myself do that? Am I allowed to refer to myself? I think I should be, right? I'm not going to, because, like, it's technically a slur, but I fall within the category of said slur. Which makes it fine, probably. Okay, hold on. Let me store my power and armor charm. Yeah, good shout out. That's true. I kind of forget to do that. Power charm's right here. It would appear I cannot create anything from my Devil Hoe one. I don't even know where Devil Hoe is. Oh, never mind. It would appear I am a blind fucker. Oh, a power talent. Does that stack with a power charm? Powerful amulet that raises attack. But could I do that with the other one? Yes, it does stack. Well, I know what we're doing. Does it require the same part? It does indeed require the same part. So for now, we'll only have double power. Not that I'm against that one. Guess what? It would have been the main one I would have gone for anyways. I don't care if I need defense. Don't care. More damage. Buy. Give me a power charm. Welcome aboard. And also buy and send a box on our armor charm, just so I don't have to do it again. And then we can go hunt this Devil Hoe, where we can see in quest info that we're going to the Ruined Pinnacle to hunt this one. And we get an extra reward for severing its tail. Fun fact, sorry, I can't keep doing this bit. Yeah, actually, wait, I can. Fun fact, he'll actually eat his own tail if we cut it off. I love it just because, like, it's so iconic and wrong. That's such a rare combination. It's like a group hallucination. Everybody thinking it's the Baron's... Which one was it? The Berenstein or the Berenstain? I think people think it's Berenstein, but it's technically spelled Berenstain. And they go, but I swear it was spelled Berenstein. And it's like, I think you just pronounced it Berenstein your whole life, but it was always always spelled Berenstain. Because it's really up to you how you use language. So you don't have to call it by the way that it is necessarily written. In fact, sometimes words even... Hold. Hold on. I'm getting eaten out. Leave me be, man. God, this is the slowest eating out of all time, dude. Holy shit. Now I know how people felt if they had to sleep with Hugh Hefner. Dear Lord. God, what a fate worse than death that must have been. I mean, you gotta have something. He was savoring the taste, also hot. Sleeping with Hugh Hefner is hot to you? You've got it. I mean, that's beyond father issues, I think. No, not him. Look, I get it. The robe does a lot of things for a lot of men, just not me personally. Woo. The devil hoe. I don't know if that makes it better. Guild Marm in my chat. God, he does have like a really weird hitbox to a lot of his moves in this game, though. Like, he does not feel very intuitive to fight. I still love him because, I mean, fucking look at this guy. He's so cool still. But, and it gives the SaltedSlices dream of finally being able to dispatch a pickle. I've complained about them before, especially because I swear fast food workers will hear no pickle and take that as an invite to put the most pickles you've ever seen on your sandwich. And I just don't get it. 100% pure muscle. Been there, done that, believe me. I mean, what are you even doing, Devilo? Oh, imagine if that cut off his tail. We barely even hit it. Yeah, I know. And we're probably not going to cut off his tail because, like, look how high up it is. And somehow that didn't count as a tail hit. All right. This should hit near the end of it. Yeah, well, not if you stand around, man. It's kind of cheating the way that you move. I thought we gentlemen to not dodging any of our attacks. Except for me, I'm allowed to because I'm small. Weaves? Oh my god, I mean, you're just getting embarrassed right now. Holy shit, I'm clipping you for my montage currently. Dear lord. I'm putting on the kill. Wait, never mind. Alright, let's see what he's got. Probably breath attack? Yeah. I don't know how long this goes, so I'm just gonna stand completely still. I thought it wasn't that long. Red is gaming, never mind. I don't like that I can see the moment in your message that I get my shit rocked. It's a very traumatic experience for me. Yeah, I think hating Devil Ho is, I don't know, because he's so cool, right? His fight, it's a little disjointed, and I might even have more thoughts on that once I hit Grank, which is, of course, G rank. Might I interest you in a +1 in that case? Holy shit, you guys are getting married? Wait, congratulations. Who's gonna get pregnant? I know you guys are both huge into M-Preg, so I know it's gotta be one of you. You might say, that's not true. Fun fact, on the internet, anything you say can be true. See, like, this sucks, because I really want to cut your tail, but your tail kind of is in an ass position for me. Where that shit happens, man. God, that's ass. That was so horrible. Why not both? Oh, they're glowing. They're gonna be fathers. Dude, I actually thought he was limping for a second. This guy's just hungry. When isn't he, though? I was scrolling on TikTok for too long. Now I gotta wait for the night to reset. Oh. You guys are playing Palia. I get it. The cozy gamer equivalent of, World of Warcraft. Now I get it. Okay. This thing is so poorly designed. How so? Do you mean fight-wise or like actual design-wise? Because design-wise, I have to disagree. Fight-wise, I will say he leaves a little something. Are you saying WoW isn't comfy? Because you're absolutely right. It depends on your role, right? Because, like, I imagine if all you do is listen to the RL saying, stand here and the boss can't hurt you, and then you stand there and the boss can't hurt you, it's not that stressful. But if you are RLing, I imagine it's like one of the most stressful things of all time. Now, the fight sucks. Yeah, well, that's why I was asking if you mean his design as a monster or his design as a fight. Because I think his design as a monster goes so hard. I think that's why so many people love him. Because, like, just look at this monster. I've never played WoW, so I wouldn't know. I mean, if you are RL, you're the person who does call-outs for everybody in a raid. If you are not RL, you sit there and wait for your leader to tell you what to do. It's the question of, are you going to be the ant or are you going to be the queen? And you might say, why doesn't everybody want to be RL? Because, like, it's the same question of why doesn't everybody want to be a teacher? Most people don't want to deal with children. And if anything goes wrong, guess who's the instant one to blame? The RL. So most people just go, I'll just wait for an RL to hop on and tell me, hey, we're doing this dungeon. Same thing happens in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasies is funnier to me, though, because Final Fantasy puts, like, a giant red circle on the ground first. Not all WoW bosses do that. Most do still. But every time I've seen the end game of a Final Fantasy 14 raid, it is always, like, one boss and barely any. A lot of the difficulty in WoW, from what I've seen, comes from the ads. And a lot of the difficulty from what I've seen in Final Fantasy comes from your positioning and making sure the boss just doesn't hit you. Which, I mean, you could say that's better difficulty, but it does make the raids, in my opinion, look way easier than they do in WoW. Now, granted, the other part of WoW that makes WoW raids look very difficult is the fact that the game looks like it was made in 2004. Like, this shit is basically Toontown. So that definitely does add an air of difficulty to the raids. I'm not saying either is necessarily easy. I'm just saying from an outsider perspective, Final Fantasy raids definitely look easier than WoW raids. But both of them do not look like my cup of tea. Which might surprise you, because I love big boss fights. So why don't I like raids? I love raids in Destiny. I don't like them in almost any other MMO, because, I don't know, man. Charge bars, they just fuck the vibe too hard for me to enjoy the game. That might seem like a strange complaint, but it's like, it's genuinely how I feel about most MMOs, is holy shit, are charge bars. I want to be fast in reacting. And in most traditional MMOs, I feel like I'm not fast or reacting. I'm learning a rotation that somebody posted online as optimal, and just kind of following my ability cooldown management in a flowchart, which isn't. In Destiny, you're playing more dynamic because it's a first-person shooter. So I really like raids where I feel like I'm doing something. But the raids where I'm just one of 37 ants, and eventually the boss keels over through no fault of my own, those ones don't really speak to me the same way. Surprisingly, I know. Supplies have arrived. Good news, boys. Supplies are here. I feel like I'm going crazy on the devil, though, by the way. Like, he just doesn't stand a chance against me. I'm completely owning him mentally. Go on, limp away. Wait, you're not limping yet? I thought for sure he would be. I was actually, like, so confident I was about to bet money that he was almost dead. Granted, maybe Devil Ho doesn't limp. I don't know if every monster limps. Because monsters I would expect not to limp. Granted, Rajang did limp, but Rajang would be on the list of monsters where if he didn't limp at all, I'd be like, that adds up. Look at him. He's too busy aura farming. All monsters limp. They also lip. Yet to see one without a lip. Do they? I've never seen Ignactor limp. Granted, I've only fought him like 4 times ever, so that probably plays a large part in it. Okay, just stay on in there. Please, just let me get your tail, man. All I'm trying to do, this bad boy off. Fuck. Ooh, what a hit. Yeah, that one will hit. Huh. The reason he wouldn't limp is because the fight takes place in one area. He has nowhere to go. I guess that adds up. I mean, he goes between the 2 areas. He goes between the lava area that's like his base where he rests, and that giant open area. And like fighting him in the giant open area feels fair. Well, doesn't feel really fair, but it feels better than fighting him anywhere else. I think Ignactor's a cool monster that they have you fight on the wrong map when they introduce it. Personally. Because like, I don't know if I'd hate to fight if it was on any other map, but I don't enjoy fighting him in the lava area they have you fight him in. And I don't know who would. Can you get over here, man? I'm just trying to mount you, man. I've never seen a Devil Ho play this ranged before. What the is this guy a control mage? Dude, chill. My girl's on this app. All right, I'm just gonna drink one of these since you don't seem to want to do anything. Are you gonna run over here? How surprising. Oh, one attack this time. One hop this time. All right. How big of you? How large and greedy of you? Woo! Right, jump up here. Get that tail. God, wouldn't it have been so sick though? Oh, I saw it in my mind's eye. That's a skill in this game. Whoa, wait a minute. He's making references to Monster Hunter. Hit video game. Okay, well, getting ledged will never feel good, huh? There will never be a single time where me hitting a ledge and then getting hit because of it feels good. Because, like, I believe you would believe me. I did not try to climb that ledge for no reason. He barely moved his tail up, that fucker. Okay, okay. Didn't know who he was jumping for there. Now he's turning around, coming back. Maybe. Give. Oh, come on, man. Bro, I run mounting 10. I'm starting to think I might as well not. This is what I'm talking about. Even that wasn't a mount. Guess what? Holy, please don't say chicken butt, dude. My mom won't let you come over for the sleepover if you keep saying vulgarities. But what's up? Your mom? Okay, thank God. Now in new games, they just outright tell you when the monster's capturable. Yeah, but it's really weird for wilds especially, because there's one capture quest in the entire game, and they've still made the change where it tells you when monsters are capturable. So like, what's the point of that change if you're just not gonna put the quests in the game? It doesn't seem right to me. Now granted, pro hunters will be like, every hunt should be a capture quest because think of those better rewards. Listen here, buddy. I'm about to die to a Devil Ho. I rank and G rank have insane mounting meters you have to fill up. Sounds like I'm in for the ride of my life. I'll tune up my love sense to get ready. Or love-ins. What the fuck is it called? Monsters limped ever since like Gen 2. Yeah. I mean, and limping's an indication that they are capturable, but it was not like, please don't walk over here, man. I'm just eating. What would you even know about eating? Weave? Oh my God, please. Weave. No, we're never gonna see him again. I hope you guys enjoyed him while he was here. We are going to spend the next 47 minutes looking for this monster because he's about to teleport zones. Crabs used to foam blood at the mouth when they were near death. That's kind of sick as fuck. Also, you get 2 carves from his tail? He's a big bitch. Sorry. We don't fat shame on this channel. He's a large slut. That feels more like it. Big monster, big tail? Yeah, I guess so. All right, let me just Demon Riot 1 over here behind this wall so he has no clue what I'm doing. You fool. I'm in Demon Riot form now. Damn, I actually really did. I thought I was running far enough to the right that he was just going to whiff that bite. That's why I didn't even bother hitting the dodge button. What have I learned? That I'm not always right. And it's a painful thing to learn. It really does tear away my entire worldview. I suppose I was wrong. Dude, he is actually an Olympic level gymnast. Which one of you fuckers taught Devil Ho how to move? Look at these silly little emotes I got. Hold. And then I will appreciate them. Woo! I saw a post earlier. I was talking about... This might be a hot topic. Whatever, I'm still gonna say it anyways. I'm talking about puppy girls, right? A phenomenon oft times observed on Tumblr and Twitter. Weirdly Twitter. Why do I say weirdly? Because I thought that site was like just for Nazis. But it's also on there a lot. And so, dude, you know what? Maybe I should back out. I'm getting cold feet now. But yeah, no, mainly Tumblr. You definitely see a good number of them on Reddit. And woo, Twitter. Those are the main ones I see for this phenomenon, right? But like, I've also noted, also TikTok, that's true, that's true. What is the odds? Because I've got odds in my mind, and I want to see if I'm correct with this. I feel like if somebody is a self-proclaimed puppy girl, right? 9 times out of 10, they are also a trans girl. And I just don't know what the phenomenon is. Like, what is it? Is it something in estrogen makes you want to return to being a dog? And so that's why it like hits so... I'm not saying it's impossible for someone who's cis to be a puppy girl. I've just noticed that it's very popular amongst that community compared to everywhere else. I think that they're poisoning the estrogen with like dog hormones or something. Because it's too often for me to believe this is a coincidence. As a scientist, I'm noticing my theory here, right? I'm just saying we should conduct some studies on this to see what happens. Again, I'm really trying to poisoning the HRT with dog girl syndrome. It's gotta be, man. The only reason that I was worried about it, by the way, it's because, like, there's some people who get really weird when you bring up that trans people exist. Which is the only reason I was like, I don't know if I want to bring into this one, because then I was like, I don't have to debate the existence of people in chat. But anyways, not all monsters. Oh wait, also the emotes. Hold on. Oh, I like the one where you're swiping on an ass crack. That's so sick. It's so sick. I told my mother to use my pronouns, and she said she doesn't have to because she birthed me. Is that how that works? But then, hold on. If she doesn't use pronouns for you, how does she refer to you? The being? She talks like you're fucking... Dude, she'll have to talk about you like you're, Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. It is home for dinner. No, she uses she, her, and I use they, them. That feels like such an easy swap, too. Like, I can understand how some mental stun lock happens when it's, like, from he to she. I can understand how, like, if you've known somebody for 20 plus years and now they're changing, there can be, like, an overlap of some mental stun lock. Now, that doesn't excuse not putting in effort at all to try and change things, right? But, like, I can understand the mental overlap there. But that's such an easy one. Also, I feel like most people are pretty chill about it for the first like 5-6 months because they're like, you're adjusting, I get it. But if after a year nothing has changed, they're gonna start questioning like, do you even give a fuck? Is this just something that doesn't exist in your memory, like who I am? Weaves? Alright, you're close to dead though, buddy. Granted, I'm out of healing. Weaves. Alright, we gotta swap back, even if I can't get damage here. Why? Because it's important that I don't run out of ammo when I need it. There it is. We're fine, we're fine. Plesiot didn't limp, its back fins got limp. Poor guy, you gave him ED to kill him? That's so fucked up. He has to die soft? Man, they could make a whole movie about the opposite of that. Not live hard, but die hard, in fact. At the same time, I'm not a fan of running around the map in desert area for 5 minutes trying to find the fella. So here's the thing though, right? The fact that Psycho Serum exists makes it a non-issue in this game. Now, I personally forget to use Psycho Serum and bring it with me 9 out of 10 hunts. However, if I really did care about finding the monster that quickly, you could just bring that one, you know? Yeah, in Gen 2, Plessy started limping. Weird seeing it. Yeah, I remember the Lava Sleoth and the Plesioth both did limp in this game. Just have the areas the monsters can go to memorized. That one also works. If you hunt a monster enough, you do notice its patterns. I think that's also where you can find the happy middle ground, right? Between, oh, I want monsters marked on my map, and I do not want monsters marked on my map, is after hunting like 10 times, you unlock the ability to automatically have the Oracle ability, where you load in and you'd see where it is for like 10 seconds. And then if you keep hunting it from there, you could learn how to track it automatically, almost as though your hunter's getting better. I think just having it marked from the start makes the paintball item completely useless. Like my Pinar, I'm sorry, I don't believe you are. And I wouldn't be either. Okay, we should have the Devil Ho stuff over here. Wow, I didn't get the part that we needed to combine it with. So what is the combo list for it? It's not going to be with Slick Axes or any of this. Oh, it's another Talon. Wow, I didn't get any Talons at all. That's crazy. But yeah, because I do agree with you. You did get the part. It's just in your inventory. Just kidding. Got you guys. Classic. Oh, man. What a classic Salted Slices prank. How come he always does those kinds of pranks? I mean, it's just so funny every time. Good call, by the way. Good call. Good call. I did not see that shit at all. All right, put 1 Talon in there. People telling me I'm going to hell like I'm not a Satanist. Doctor cupping my balls and telling me to call. That's got nothing to say with what, that's got no relation to what you said, by the way. It's just like he does do that. Probably the most, I mean, it's the most awkward part of the doctor's appointment, right? Because he cups your balls, tells you to cough, and then you come in his face, and all of a sudden you're the weird one. Okay, why are you grabbing him, man? Oh wait, there is a Devil Ho one. Look at that. Dragon File. We won't be doing this one. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be making this one. It looks cool. Dragon File. Yeah. It's more likely that I would make the Exhaust File one right here than it is I'd make this Devil Ho one. Unfortunately, I don't have a Pinar, so I wouldn't know how it feels. You don't need to have a penis to have balls. Just ask my grandpa. Real shit, real shit. Okay, let me run to the bathroom real quick, and then we can go... Wait, hold on. Let me go report this quest before I forget that I completed a quest for somebody. And then I will go to the bathroom real quick, and we'll come back and do some more hub quests. I know everyone's waiting for Salted Slices in the hub. So what did you give me? Okay, okay. We've got some new designs to look at. Let me look at these designs before I forget they exist. One of them was a new... I was hoping it would be for this one. Hold on. I think you can see it in the quests. I think you... No, you're just the one who sells armor. Never mind, never mind. I think there was a new armor set that we got for sure. Was it this one? Puppeteer and Golden Headdress? No, that's just Reijang. There's Seregios's. There's Mizutsune and Astalos's. What the fuck was the name of it? There's Plesioth. Zamtrios, Malfestios, Zamtrios. Was it part of this one? No. I've got no clue which one it was. Jaggy Mask? Did I go right by that? Am I a blind man? That's fucking awesome. Page 30. Shit that goes absolutely crazy. Holy man. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm running to the bathroom. How do you guys want me to entertain you while I'm gone? What would really entertain and, like, get the neurons excited in a new way? What if I just put on Subway Surfers footage for you guys? Would that be awesome? What is this? Chillin' nostalgic Nintendo music for a little time with yourself. Why did they name this video like you're going to masturbate to Nintendo music, man? Chill and nostalgic Nintendo music for a little time with yourself. No, man, get the chillin' nostalgic Nintendo music away from me. I'll have to point on a doll what it did to me. Absolutely not. Anyways, let's get the Subway Surfers gameplay. 10 hours, no copyright. All right, here we go. But that's only 5 minutes worth. Aha. Here's 39 minutes of gameplay for you guys. For you absolute freaks to get entertained. Don't worry. The keys will be jingling in front of your face. It was always going to be this way. Put in a URL. This is my URL. Hold on. No, hey, no free advertising. Luckily, you guys can't hear the ad right now. State Farm get cooked, nerds. God damn, wow, holy shit, is that loud? Jesus, man. It's not that serious at all. Anyways, here you guys go, your Subway Surfers. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. I'll be right back. You guys won't be able to hear it, but that's fine. Thank God. I had a premonition while I was in the bathroom. I'm very happy it did not come true. While we're at it, let me just delete this browser source. I had a premonition that I was going to come back, and for some reason, the Subway Surfer video was just going to have, like, cut to game. You might say, wasn't it on YouTube? Yeah, but I don't know what they're doing on there, man. Because if it's educational, you can do naked yoga. So as far as I'm concerned, the gay porn turn wouldn't have been like anything too crazy. That would have been par for the course. Not multiplayer. I don't actually need to go to multiplayer. I'm just going to the hub, man. Speaking of the gay porn. Do they? I really don't want to know the answer. Never mind. I was about to ask a question related to the topic I was just talking about, and I realized, you know, honestly, some questions can just stay in my head. So, much like the gay porn. So, quick question. Have you picked up the sword in Kotoko Village? Yes, I have. The like hero sword, I have picked that one up. I've also mined the black sword. Oh, good call though. I should go get more dark pieces so I can level it up since it's the Fatalis weapon, and we're probably gonna fight Fatalis someday. So I should go here and keep getting the stones and stuff whenever I can. Granted, I guess I'm only assuming it's the Fatalis weapon, because I've never actually fought Fatalis myself. However, a jet black weapon that seems to be a dragon that's regenerating, it just seems like that would be the Fatalis one. I don't think the Fatalis swords are even good in this game. Yeah, but it's still like a cool thing to get. And also, I've got no other use for all these Elder Dragon bones and blood right now. So I figure why not just like do something with them. But I agree, I don't know if we're actually going to be using it. I think mine's Dragon File too, which makes it even lamer. Let me double check. Here it is. No, it is a Power File. Okay, so it could be usable for me. Because then we've also got these ones. Yes. Now I'm going to need 2 more dark pieces and a Radiant Mucus Plus. Who has, like, shiny spit? I mean, the Ludra spits on me, but I don't really feel shiny from it. I feel like a dirty, dirty boy, if anything. Shiny Radiant Mucus. Yeah, I've actually got 0 clue. I was trying to think it through. We've also got all these that we can... I don't think I'm ready for any of these. Oh, I just looked it up. You'll find it out eventually. Okay, so I just haven't seen it yet. That adds up. That adds up. Because Kechawacha, yeah, he spits at you with his elephant tongue, but I don't think... Sorry, his elephant trunk. It's not a tongue. I should know plenty about trunks, seeing as I have one hanging from the front. Am I right, fellows, or am I right? Yep, and hanging is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. It's only funny until you gotta live with it. All right, so... Sorry. MH4U, Village, Key Quest, Kiriniko. Because I don't really have any other quests I really want to do in 4-star. 4-star village ones, do the Malficio, which is the Nocturnal Encounter. This is village key quest. Wait, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. No. Hub key quests. That's what I meant. And then also let me put Kira Nico on there. Okay. Quest list. Village. This just... You fuckers. Oh, hub is right underneath it. Oh, try clicking a singular button. Okay, well... You know what? Maybe I'm no better than the boomers I claim to make fun of. I claim to be above. Alright, let's get to Kechawacha first. He would be resisting our water damage, but at the same time, I think we're just gonna kill him. With hammers, preferably. I guess we go water resist against him. Do I have the ability to ride him? No, but we can go for Lucky Cat, and I'm definitely down for just getting more money. That meal was almost mystical. I'd say so. We got both buffs. I hate when it says, oh, wow, that meal was divine, and then you get nothing from it. That shit pisses me off, because, like, no, it wasn't. It clearly was not. Clearly, I just thought it was okay. It's like a 4 out of 10 to me. Hunt a Celtis. Okay, we can do a Celtis. Daimo Hermtar. Yankaku and Gypseros. Sure. That's it? Oh my god, that's so easy. Okay, we're easy. Doing the 3 Wyvern Sand Runners when you get the chance. You get a pretty nice Hunter art. Okay. Yeah, what's the one that gives me Demon Riot 2? Someone told me last stream, no, 2 stream. Everything in my mind blends together, okay? All of the days are exactly the same. There's no defining characteristics, and I have nothing to look forward to anymore. It's called corporate America. Get used to it, sweetheart. But, somebody told me last stream where I can get Demon Riot 2, and I forgot at this point. Because I would love to get that leveled up. Oh, bro, my neighbor is cooking something. Cartoonishly floating over to their door. It's a 5-star hub quest. Okay, yeah, that's right. So we're about to unlock that one. Bro, I can tell. Ooh, they're using some spices in there, which is nice because sometimes I smell some other stuff. No offense to my other neighbors that they're cooking, and I'm like, you got this shit out of a HelloFresh bag, didn't you? I'm kidding. I don't know if HelloFresh seasons their stuff or not. Dude, I gotta feel like such an expert. It's so sick. Because, like, normally, growing up, I was viewed as a very picky eater. Why? Because I was a picky eater. So I'm not saying it was unfair that I was viewed as such. I'm just saying I was. But somebody at my office was talking about how they're about to go out for Hot Pot. And they were asking me for advice because they've never been out for Hot Pot before. I got to feel like a messiah. I was like, people are asking me for food advice. Like, I know things, man. And they're not just like, do you think the McDonald's chicken nuggets are good? And my answer is, of course, yeah. Dude, some people are like way too harsh on McDonald's, in my opinion. Is McDonald's very good? No, of course not. But also, I don't think it claims to be. I think it claims to be what it is. Now, is its price getting astronomical for the fact that they're not changing anything about the recipe? Yes. And this is an honest take that I have. I think all drinks should be, like, free if you spend $10 at the restaurant. Why? You're not actually providing me much with this drink. You don't clean your soda fountains, like, ever, right? I can taste the fact that I'm getting a little bit of bacteria that shouldn't be existing in here inside it, and that's fine. I accept that, right? It's part of the joys of going to the soda fountain to get it fresh. However, compared to the meal that I'm giving, this is not like a $3 experience. It's pissing me off how much people are starting to charge for drinks. Because, dude, it costs them mere cents for the soda, for the club soda water and the syrup. If it would make the price cheaper, I'll happily bring my own cup and even my own club soda. All you have to do is give me a little bit of the syrup, and I will happily pay however much the syrup costs times 2 for that one individual tiny serving I'm having. Now, of course, it's a negligible amount, but it just pisses me off because, like, I got a offer today from a restaurant that I go to pretty often, and they were like, hey, $3 off your next order if you get a Pepsi Zero Sugar with it. Now, I'm the kind of guy who loves me a Diet Coke, a diet soda of sorts, right? So when I saw $3 off for getting a Zero Sugar soda, I went, egads. How affordable is this? This is precisely what a guy like me is looking for. And then, come to find out, fucking, the Pepsi costs $3.50. $3 off? No, it's 50 cents on. Just phrase it like that. Obviously, it's not going to sound as good of a deal, but say 50 cents for a Pepsi Zero, and I would be way more forgiving when I click on and see that it's 50 cents. When you say $3 off and make the product cost over $3 to get, I'm really not getting much off at all because I don't view a Pepsi Zero as a $3.50 product, especially considering I know the kinds of cups you give me there. I'm going to drink that thing in 2 gulps. Now, that's on me. I drink astronomical amounts of everything I drink. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my big mouth. Shout out to that show. It's finally been canceled. The Witch is dead. Holy shit. I really thought that Netflix was just going to let Big Mouth go for the rest of my life. Like, I just had to accept that the only certains in this world were death, taxes, and another season of Big Mouth. But we were able to get out of one of them, man. One of the certainties has been dodged. But yeah, no, I get so upset over the fact that the drinks are that much, and then I'll drink them in like 2 sips. And I do it with every drink I have. That includes alcohol. Now, I'm not a huge alcohol drinker. Why? Because it's so expensive when you drink it in one sip. You think a Chili's can keep up with me? They've never seen they don't know the kind of behemoth that I am, all right? They're not prepared for the kinds of servings I'll be asking for. I'm so fucked up that I look at the triple dipper and I'm like, that's one dip for me. But I don't know. I have my roommate, whenever we have a drink of anything, right? I'm like, ooh, can I try a sip of yours? He doesn't let me do it anymore because I drink like half of it in one sip. And it's not even me trying to be an asshole. It's just like I drink until my mouth feels full. As it turns out, I might be part chipmunk because I got a lot of storage in there. I could store nuts for the winter like a god. If ever an ice age were to hit us, I know I'd be doing fine. Can you say the same? Okay, now that was just the weirdest fucking flight path of all time. And I've played Microsoft Flight Sim. I actually haven't. I'm just lying. Why? I just really don't understand what there is to like about Flight Sim, I guess. Like, the idea with it is I gotta act like I'm flying a plane, right? But if I wanted to fly a plane so bad, wouldn't I have tried to become a pilot? Like, I guess my question is, what's the appeal of Flight Sim to somebody who's not a pilot? I wouldn't play Surgeon Simulator, right? I don't want to be a surgeon. If I wanted to be a surgeon, I wouldn't have to play a simulator. I could have just gone to medical school and spent the best years of my life cramming about Latin words so I could understand different medical terms. Because God forbid we just name things per language. And I know that, but that would stop a dialogue from happening around the world. But, like, I really don't think that it would. I don't know if other languages would call it, like, cardiac arrest, right? They might. But either way, you want to know what would happen between two doctors of different nations when attempting to share information about the same exact disease? They'd understand the one word, which is the word that's the same between both, and then nothing else would be able to be said between them because they don't understand the language. So, I guess I just don't see any of the benefit. Okay, now what are you up to? Did he break? Or is it a masterful scambit to get me into the corner? In which case, I mean, excellent work. God damn, can he just go down? Why? Just because, like, Ketchawacha, as much as I like his design, and I do really like his design, it's not exactly an interesting fight. When you're over level, which I definitely am. Wyvern Sands Runners. Okay. It depends on what the quest has, because if it's like a Cephadrome of some kind, I'm sorry. If it's like just hunt a Cephadrome and a Nibblesnarf, I am sooner jumping out of my window than doing that quest. As unfortunate as that may seem. But if it's like fun to hunt monsters, I'll do it. I know it gives me a nice hunter art, but I'm probably just gonna run Demon Riot my whole life. Like, I don't have to lie to myself. Overcharging sword to deal giga damage is fucking awesome. I guess we can get some Jaggy scales while we're at it. We might want to be able to make that mask. I don't know. What if I want to dress up for Halloween? The greatest Jagras is all I can think of. Dude, my nose is so clogged up. Holy. I think it's because of pollen. I'm not allergic to pollen, by the way, okay? I don't have a weak bloodline. However, I do think that everybody is a little bit allergic to pollen. But just, like, in the sense that dust isn't made. Powdered substances like that aren't made to exist inside your nose and back of your throat. So you'll always feel like a little bit off if there's a lot of it in the air. Because of course you will. It's not safe for breathing. When the air quality's down, anybody's gonna be like, oh man, it's so much harder to breathe. Grudge match, Ketchawacha unlocked. Yeah, man. I don't know if we're gonna be doing all that necessarily. Like, I see what you're going for. I just don't think it's not really me. Okay. The 3-star quest, Wyvern Runners. Wyvern Sand Runners. Fuck, man. We'll try it. We'll try it. I mean, we should still, like, crush it. It's just Seregios is a hard fight. Seregios is a bit of a mental blockade for me. That guy's got a bit of a fortress going on to him. Apparently, I've just seen a lot of posts recently. Tells you how much I've been doing at work. Actually, I have been doing a lot. But it also means I take more bathroom breaks. Why? Because when I overwork myself, I'm like, let's just go sit on the toilet for like 5-10 minutes. Browse a little bit of TikTok, then come back, you know? But, I saw a post where somebody was saying they hate... You know these guys, by the way, even if you aren't 100% sure that you do, because just their videos get shared everywhere. They were saying they hated the Northern Boys, and the Northern Boys are those old men who do the like UK style drill rap, but it's always very sexual and all that. And they said they hate the Northern Boys because they ruin the good name of UK drill rap. And I don't think I've ever heard a more insane statement in my life, because what good name does UK drill rap have? It's like saying that the condiment mustard is ruining the good name of mustard gas. No, the mustard gas is the bad one. Just because there's a shining light that is the condiment does not mean that the other one is bad. Just because the Northern Boys are making drill rap palatable for the rest of the world does not mean they have ruined it. If anything, they're the only ones that people will listen to and be like, wait, this is actually fun. All right? Nobody's trying to hear any of the other UK drill rap, man. It sounds horrible. It sounds like they're fighting upstream for their flow. And they're drowning. And then people will always say, yeah, but it's because you haven't heard this one. And then you listen to it and it sounds exactly the same. Like the exact same beats and the British accent's ruining it again. British people, you have some wins. Like, what was that guy's name who made a movie where he was a monkey performing on stage? The one that people in Britain kept saying, you know him. And then every single time they'd play a song by him, I was like, yep, haven't heard this one. I keep wanting to say Robin Williams, but I know it's not, because that's the famed actor who was also in Dead Poet Society, which is probably how a lot of people know him. Especially in the current generation, because, I mean, that movie is a certified English class classic. Oh, Captain, My Captain. I mean, it goes insanely hard. I think I think it's Robbie Williams, which is why I would keep wanting to say Robin Williams. Holy shit, you're almost dead? Dude, the fight has just started. Like, I don't even mean to troll you or anything. It actually has just started. Wait, maybe I'm just fine to do this quest then. Please. Oh, it would have been so peak if he died right there. Didn't bother paintballing him, because I don't see many worlds where it would have mattered. When we run into him next time, we'll just fold him again, and then the hunt will be over. Plus, we got the Seregios to worry about. That's the one that I'll probably paintball. Why am I lying? We'll probably just kill him. He's going to be right here in Area 4. Hey, Seregio. Oh. Seregios is going to be right here in Area 5, so we'll just do that first, and then once we get the Seregios, we're all good. Yep, here he is. All right, so like I said, the Seregios is going to be in Area 3. It's kind of where he always likes to hang out. I mean, you know that guy. He's a little bit of a crazy party animal. I thought that was the Seregios for a second. It is, in fact, not. Can I wave to the guy? No, I can't. Is Valstrix everywhere, man? Does this guy just live everywhere? I guess, yeah, there is a quest for hunting him in every single location, I believe. Well, this isn't exactly who I was looking for, but I mean, like, rise and shine. Good morning, my man. Good morning, Vietnam. All right, he's dead. Well, you know. Speaking of Robin Williams. Has Good Morning Vietnam gotten canceled yet? The only reason I ask is because Tropic Thunder, every year and a half-ish. Well, not anymore. During the MCU's heyday, every year and a half-ish, you would see a post about how, did you know Robert Downey Jr. actually did blackface for a movie? As though Tropic Thunder was some indie gem that nobody had heard of. Yeah. But people know that he, yeah, 100%. You never go full, well, I can't say that. But, like, I miss those days when that would trend on Twitter every couple months, because people who were just done watching the Iron Man movies for the first time looked into his filmography and went, "You can't do that," and then did not proceed to watch the movie and just post online about how you can't do that. Look, was it? I mean, like, let's just watch the film and come to your own conclusions. I'm not saying that, like, that should be a common practice that we all do. I'm just saying that there's a lot of context that's missed just by people going, "Do you know he did this?" Talk about crazy. Talk about wacky. Me watching Tropic Thunder and twirling a finger next to my head every time that Robert Downey Jr.'s on screen so I can say that I don't agree with what's going on. Just to make sure everybody knows, doing the soy jack point towards the screen so people know I think this is a crazy reaction moment. Yeah, it was like clockwork too, man. People would post that shit constantly. And every time it would make me laugh because they just haven't seen it. It's almost like they're judging a book by its cover, and we have an entire expression about that. Can't remember what it is right now. Why? Because I didn't like the cover of the book it was written in. So I just kind of skipped over that one. Also, I feel like there are some books you can judge by their covers. Like My Darling Mafia Boyfriend is 6'4". I think you can kind of judge that one. You know the contents of it by its name. Now, some other ones, like Pride and Prejudice, yeah, you probably don't 100% know what you're getting going into it. You got an idea, but you don't know yet. However, like, and AI slop books are getting insane too. I'm not saying that all of the romance books targeting women are AI slop, but I do think that we're getting close to a lot of them being AI slop. Because it's just easy to put into ChatGPT, generate me a book that will appeal to the lowest common denominator of women. You motherfucker, get back here. You fucker, get back. I'm here to fight you. Okay, good. But yeah, there's also the AI slop books that are like about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I've seen a bunch of those popping up on Amazon. And it's so funny because they'll have a bunch of sales, but like, who is buying them? And the facts are things like, did you know Donald Trump has never told a lie? We don't have to start making the lying propaganda about the president until he's dead, okay? That's what we did with George Washington. That's what we did with Abraham Lincoln, probably. I actually don't know. Well, I mean, I know that he saw a play that had like a bit of a mind-blowing ending to it. But aside from that, I don't remember too many of the rumors about him, per se. Damn. He kind of fucked us up there. I'll give it to him. Yeah, I just kind of like think Sergio still owns me. I'm just not good at fighting him. Until I lock in and then all of a sudden I go insano mode and he doesn't hurt me at all. Is this a larger than normal Sergios? Because I kind of feel like I'm getting lost underneath him, which doesn't happen often. At least I don't think it does. Granted, it's been a schminute since I fought Sergios. How long is a schminute? 2 or 3 days. That still counts, by the way. That's a long time for some people, okay? A lot can change in 2 or 3 days. Woo! Man. Just get knocked down or up, whichever one you prefer, my man. I'm just gonna go for this to try and knock him down. Instead, I'm just gonna whiff everything and swap back ever so slowly. Damn. What? I really just don't know what hit us. Are you not able to crouch while you have a weapon out? Sergios, don't mind me. I'm just trying to figure something out here, man. Hey, Sergios. I asked kindly. God, you're so obnoxious, dear lord. I'm just tapping B while standing still. My guy is too much of a gymnast. He wants to, no matter what happens, be able to roll around. We do have Sergio's tags. I don't really care. I'm just gonna walk over here and heal them. You can't get me. There's a pillar in the way. You wouldn't break a pillar. Look at this fine architecture. Wait, you actually wouldn't break a pillar. What are you up to? What is it? Why did the pine cone walk over here, throw a singular shot at me, and then just stop fighting? Is he pitying me? That's even more insulting, man. Give it your all. Steve respects the fine arts. His name is Jack Black, the actor, the character he was playing with Steve. But I understand where you're coming from. Unless you're, of course, talking about Steve from Tekken. God, I want to play Steve so bad. Ugh. Tekken, I just want to buy it to play Steve. Steve's worst part about him, it is probably the fact that he's British. He's on the larger side, yeah. His legs are really weak. Yeah, he's definitely just big. I mean, look, there's no shot that I lose this because this is a low rank one. It's a low rank hub one, so it does have slightly more health than a low rank one would normally have, but its damage is kind of nothing. I mean, as you're seeing, I'm not even bothering to dodge. But yeah, I'm not a huge, or I've never been a huge Tekken fan. I think Tekken 8 might change it if I bought it, but like, just looking at the way Steve's playstyle works of the boxer with quick sidesteps, holy, does that look like my kind of playstyle for an online game. I would love to play him online, but I think I'd get my ass beaten Tekken. In fact, I get my ass beaten every fighting game I play. But it sucks because I'm at like a paradoxical point, and I know a lot of people hit this point in fighting games. I'm at the point where I'm good enough at labbing and doing combos that all of my friends who are completely casual get bodied by me. However, if I go online, the actual good players beat my fucking ass, dude. They leave me red. I'm looking like a baboon when I come out from online, okay? It is bright red. Like, I'm spanked to the 12th degree. And it sucks, because it's something I haven't ever been able to play through. Why? It's not even like I tilt. It's just I play it for 4 or 5 times, get completely rolled, feel like I haven't learned much, even though I am slowly learning more about my block timings, about my guard pressure, about Oki, I'm learning every time, right? But like, it doesn't feel like it, and so then I just turn off the game, and I do this 4 or 5 times, until I'm like, all right, I think I'm done with the fighting game for now, and then I just never come back. It happens every single time. I had friends recently who were like, let's get back into Guilty Gear. And I went, hell yeah. Now, who do I play in Guilty Gear? I know this is a basic bitch character, so don't say, wow, that's such a basic bitch character. I know. Anyways, I play Kai Kisuke. Why? He's cool as fuck. I like Kai a lot, okay? I like Kai more than Soul Bad Guy. I'm sorry. I just think Kai's really cool. And also, I fall into another issue in fighting games, which is I tell myself, oh, I'll learn on this character to start the game, and then I'll swap to a character I think is really cool later. And then I just stay on the character who I think is easier to learn the game on and never swap characters. So I started playing Kai because I wanted to play Eddie. But what the fuck is his actual name? Because Eddie's the Shadow's name. What the fuck? Wait, oh my god, his name is escaping me right now. But I wanted to play the guy who plays with Eddie as his shadow that he commands around. Now, that character's insanely hard to play. I have nowhere near... You gotta be like a professional at feathering your inputs to play... I keep wanting to say Venom, but I don't think it is Venom. Why can't I remember his name, dude? Anyways, I wanted to play him really bad, but holy was he hard. I also wanted to play the Blood Vampire. What is it? Nagara Yuki, I believe. I wanted to play him too, but then I was like, let's just learn on Kai. And then I kind of fell in love with Kai's combos, and I had a bunch of fun playing him. So I just learned the game on Kai. And I was good enough that out of like 28 games I played with my friends, I won 27. And the one time I lost is because I didn't know what the fuck Elfit did as a DLC character. Turns out the answer's fucking everything, by the way. I don't know if they've nerfed her, but definitely I was playing when she had like released or was really good. I don't remember. Either way, I know I looked up afterwards and she was near the top of the tier list. And I was just getting, I had no clue how to guard herself because I had never fought the character before. So they won that one pretty handedly. And then, since then, I would never lose to them again. I almost lost to Bridget, but I'm not bad about getting in against zoners. So I was able to kind of now her close range game isn't bad for how much she can zone you though. She's pretty good at fighting up close for being so insane at a range. Nothing that you can't deal with, but like she's an annoying fight. Okay. Now we get a new hunter art. I think I talked to you for it? No, you're not the arts master. You're the arena instructor. Where's our arts master? Are they standing over here? Also, that Seregios was nothing. He was not a crown of any sort, which is crazy to me. Okay, we can just talk to him at Berna. Sure. Guess you can't get it while you're at the hub. I was gonna say fair enough, but like really, I don't see any reason that you wouldn't be able to. But yeah, so that's kind of my paradox with fighting games. Now, guess what character I played in SF6? I wonder if you can guess. Perform a corkscrew-like evasion, in addition to a lengthy and vulnerable window. Sharpness is restored, ammo is refilled, and file coding reapplied. Once triggered, you automatically unsheath your weapon. Oh. That's not bad, honestly. I mean, it's kind of like what we already get when I just perfect dodge, and I'm the goat of perfect dodging, and people say I never miss it any times ever, so, you know, that does mean I probably don't need that. However, I'm happy to have it. But yeah, SF6, there was a DLC character I wanted to learn, but I was so out of practice at that point that, like, I didn't even bother. There were two, actually. I wanted to go back to play M. Bison, because M. Bison's just so fucking cool. And then the other character I wanted to play was, I wanted to play Ed. Because Ed looked so fun, man. Granted, he looked insanely hard to play, but he looked so fun. I can't play Street Fighter, though. I'm ass at doing pretzel inputs, and I feel like Street Fighter has so many pretzels that I just fuck up and drop almost every combo I do. Fish market, God, I just wish that I could get raw meat from one of you. I really do. Guess just keep getting me honey then. If that's all we can do, fine. So I'm really burpy is because I'm having a lot of caffeine and nothing in my stomach. I think that that's good for you though. Actually, hold on. Let me go grab something. I've got like a protein bar that I can just use real quick to get some calories in me. Give me 1 second. I will eat on stream. I know. Get ready for ASMR mouth noises. I know you guys have all really been waiting for the mukbang. I'm back. Anyways, the character I played in SF6 was Luke. I thought Luke was so fun. I wanted to main Jamie, but I was so ass with Jamie. And then every time I've seen a tier list, Jamie's near the bottom, and I'm like, okay, that adds up. Anyways, I got my protein bar of sorts. Dude, I don't know if these are available everywhere. They're so fucking good. Now, their macros are not insane. And it's because they actually taste good. Dude, it's called a perfect bar. Holy, do I love these things. They're just like 95% peanut butter. But you can tell they're a little bit hard. Because they're refrigerated into a block for you to eat. They're so fucking good, y'all. You'll have to give me a moment, as it turns out peanut butter coats the inside of your mouth, and it's not the only thing. See you later, boy. Alright. We also had to do this one, Birds of a Feather. That's the dual hunt we had to do. Which I kind of want to start with because I think it'll be less annoying. So Sorry, I'm trying not to talk with my mouth full. I learned in manners class that that's not very nice. I'm kidding. My parents never sent me to manners class. They loved me. I mean, I had a friend who went to manners class when they were like 6. Dude, how are you possibly going to learn that at age 6? There's no shot you have any retention of that. I could understand a manners class if you're old enough to retain information and understand things. But when you're that young, isn't it just like a waste of... Dude, just pay for daycare at that point. But I gotta pop out as perfect gentleman. Clearly I didn't. Okay. Which map is this? I got it. They just started us in one of those side rooms I never go to. So I had absolutely no clue where we were. Holy, my mouth is so peanut butter coated. Forgot the stream was still going. Gonna have to watch the VOD. Oh, you didn't miss much. We're just kind of raw. Oh, because, I mean, like, these are the low parts of the hub, right? So, like, these are kind of whatever. I mean, these are really the... Plus, right now, I'm eating a peanut butter thing. Because I need calories in me. The caffeine was starting to kind of like give me a tummy ache because I was taking it on an empty stomach, which is not what you should do with caffeine. As I can tell you how you should use every stimulant except for shrooms. Well, not yet. Dude, I don't know if anybody can find the post. Holy shit, there's a post of somebody who was trying shrooms for the first time. And they said they had a trip sitter with them. And they were like, trip sitter's so nice. She has big boobs, haha. And then right afterwards, he goes, I'm gonna divorce my wife. That shit convinced me 100% that, like, right before I leave planet Earth, when I'm on my deathbed, I want to do every drug and just fucking see what happens. Because at that point, I've got nothing to lose, right? I don't want to do it now, because shrooms can permanently alter the way your brain works, depending on what shrooms you take. I'm sure it's not every single one of them, but I'm also no expert on psychedelics. Because the only people who are experts on psychedelics are the people who really, really want to take them. So, I mean, I don't have that hard of a desire, but, like, I'm curious, you know? That's how I feel about, like, heroin and all those, right? I never would want to take them because I've got to live my life. However, I would love to take them right before I die, just to see what it feels like, to see if it's worth ruining your life over. But it wouldn't be something I'd leave with a regret of. In fact, actually, now that I say that out loud, if I'm on my deathbed, please don't ask me if I have any regrets. Just let me go. Right? And also, the only regrets I would have would be because, like, the doctor says, no, you can't have heroin. Again, I would never do it recreationally or just for fun, but I am curious about, like, what it feels like, because why would you want to ruin your life over that? You know what I mean? And there's not, I'm not saying, like, every drug you ruin your life over, right? Like, you can smoke weed and have a completely normal life. You want proof of that? Look at Snoop Dogg, man. Probably one of the record holders out there. Dude, imagine the concentration people used to take before this shit became, like, regulated. Because I imagine there's way less concentrated strands now that it's way more legal around the US. Not that I'm really 100% an expert. Potion was stolen? Take it. I don't need it anyways to deal with your bum ass. But, like, I imagine that now, since it's more legal, it's more policed, and there's, like, regulations around it, dude, it must have been insane before to buy and just be like, well, time to see what we're gonna get. Time to fucking roll the die on this one. Oh my god, I didn't even notice he was doing it. Fair enough. Give? Oh, fuck you. Okay, sure. Oh, he was stunning again. Honestly, I thought he was about to turn around. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. It's not like he's hitting us at all. All right, get him to run over here, and then we can hit one of these. not mount him, hit one of these, continue to, okay, now we mount him. It's just that easy. What can I say? Eventually, broken clock and all that. But, you know, I think it would be an experience I would love to have, but only once in my life and right before my life is over. Because then you don't have to live with any of the consequences, but I can at least leave this earth with the fucking knowledge of what it was like. And I'm sure that someone's gonna say it's a sin, right? But like, don't worry, I think I've already kind of barred myself out of heaven, so. I mean, I guess it depends on if the man upstairs is or is not fucking with gay sex. Which, if he wasn't fucking with it, might be the cruelest trick he ever played on man, was putting the G-spot in the ass. I'll say it. Like, that's a fucked up thing to do. Oh, you want to... I'm sorry, the male G-spot. I suppose that the G-spot for women's probably different. Not that I'd know. I can't even find the clit. I don't even think it's real. That's just like the one piece. Yeah, man. Good shit. Way to strike that pose. Pose for the fans. Yeah, no, that's just like an insanely unpractical joke. Well done, steak was stolen. Okay, that one you've actually gone and pissed me off because I don't have any of those. Like, it's actually so hard for a fella like me to get those kinds of steaks. Dude, fucking turn a little bit. I'm holding my controller in that direction, hoping he'll take a step. He will do anything but. That's a myth. Which one's a myth? The male G-spot's in the ass? Because I hate to break it to you, and it's not. Or that women have clits, because if so, then never mind, I'm with you. In which case, finally, someone else who gets it. I've been searching for it everywhere. I pulled up old maps too. It doesn't even seem like old atlases of the world know where that thing is. All right, let me finish off my protein bar. Hold on. My mouth is gonna be occupied for a bit. My jaw has to work this thing. I may have bitten off more than I can chew. Give me a second, let me get some water. It is a myth. Yeah, I mean, I'm setting myself up for this because I was the one who said, which one do you mean? And then gave both options. Well, I guess technically you're right. I don't know if it's necessarily considered the G-spot, but the prostate's definitely up there. And you definitely feel that shit. How come sometimes your roar is threatening? Yeah. And then otherwise, it's fucking nothing at all. Dodge the Air Force, get him to run over here. Alright, alright. Unfortunately, we can't really transition into our sword mode there. I don't even know how that didn't hit me. And you know what? I'm smarter than Task. Now, he should be pretty weak, even though he might have just slept up. I don't think monsters can fully restore any HP by sleeping, though. I think he's probably just a little bit healed. Because we did fuck him up a bit before this. I don't even know how much they do heal if you just leave them be. But I can't fathom it being 100%. Just based off the fact that, like, bro, look at how fucked up his frills still are. No shot he can even hear what we're saying right now. Yeah, they do heal by sleeping. Well, good news for him. He's about to get a lot of HP. He's about to sleep for a while. Splendid beak. Yes. Cut coup scale plus. Leave me alone, Velociprey. Like, you guys have to be smarter than this. Because, like, what did you think was going to happen, man? Okay. Which one of you was it? Garfunkel? Quit it, man. Because what did you think was gonna happen, dumbass? You're fighting someone who outweighs you in every scale, every metric possible. Power, got you beat. Intelligence, arguably have you beat. Gumption, I definitely have you beat. No one has gumption like SaltedSlices. It's one of my best traits. One of the ones I sell myself on. Now, where'd the Gyps arrows fly to? You know. It's kind of one of those things where I loved him, so I let him go, and if he comes back, it's definitely meant to be. But if he doesn't, then, I mean, honestly, me and Gyps arrows, it wasn't true anyways. I was lying to myself by thinking it was. Bro, I don't know if I can finish my energy drink. I probably should. Because I'm not going to drink a half-finished one that's inside the fridge. Sorry, a half-full one, I should say. No, the main reason is because it's definitely under half, right? Oh, yeah, it's like the bottom 1/5. So I should probably just finish it because I'm not going to drink it anytime. If it's the bottom 1/5, we're talking like under 40 milligrams of caffeine. We're talking Diet Coke / Coke Zero levels. No shot. What are we doing back here? The supplies came in. I want to get my free stuff. Because what if they give me, yeah, right here. Free nullberries and antidotes. And mini whetstones. And paintballs, I guess. That's also pretty nice. We actually are running low on paintballs, which sucks. Because, like, the day I have to actually go into the mines and craft paintballs, that's a cold day in hell. Okay. He's probably just over here. He seems like a forest-dwelling kind of guy. He's not exactly dwelling in this forest, but he's probably an Area 10 dwelling kind of guy, you know? He's not going to be Area 9. We already fought him there. Nobody goes back to the scene of the crime. That's exactly why police would never stake out near the scene of the crime. Guys, he might be back in the scene of the crime. I hate to break it to me. I don't know how I'm going to take it, but I'm starting to believe. Area 3, what we got going on here? Okay, well, you know, it was nice while it lasted. Having this facade that I might be able to find the monster in this game. Are you not using the feline carts for resources? Can you explain it to me like I'm 2 years old? Are those like the ones that you call down from the sky and they drop in and give you something? Because I've done a couple of those resource things before. We've run around the entire map. I love when this part happens. Fighting a flying monster is so fun when you don't have Psycho Serum. I should bring it every single time because holy shit does this happen to me way more than it should. Every time we do this song and dance where we just kind of run around each other and never say what's on our mind. What is good Gyps arrows? You versus me, currently. What's good, my man? Oh, hell yeah, he's doing one of these. There's a cat that can send items in your base. Oh, then no. I definitely am not using them for resources. Guys, I think this is like a really dead, actually for real dead Gyps arrows. I know the quest complete didn't pop up. However. The negative. Yeah, no. We're doing that. I'm normally just getting honey from them. Why, does he give you, does he give you paintballs too? Okay, I'll say it. The worst part of Monster Hunter is the little fucking life around. With that said, the fact that they do almost nothing in the new games does make me sad. Because I'd rather be a little bit annoyed by them than not notice they exist. And currently I'm in the little bit annoyed by them category, which is far more fun than them not existing. You get 3 cards, use them all. Yeah, I am. We just got the 3rd one. But I am now. Yes, and I think I have used the one to send back items once or twice. I'm really not out that often to use it. We do need to get lava cell stones. Once we get lava cell stones, we can make the Valstrix switch axe, which does look pretty good. Also, it's just so fun. It's got such a sick design. Granted, I've been really fucking with using the Mizutsune one. It's so pretty. God, Wild fans? I'll say it. All they know how to do is complain, man. You want to know why? When the Mizutsune was added to Wilds, I saw people saying, it's cool, but the switch axe is ugly. This is pretty much exactly what the Switch Axe looks like in Wilds, just upscaled graphically. And it even has a cool feature on it that I like even more than this one, which is, you see how there's like the scales near the bottom of the blade? They turn that into a Mizutsune head as like a little logo down there. That's so fucking cool. And then people go, I actually don't like it that much. If you want to complain about something, complain about the fact that in Wilds, all I can do when I play Switch Axe is spam full release slash if I'm doing a time trial based thing. Now, if I'm not doing a time trial based thing, obviously I'm going to play in the sword mode because the sword mode is more fun. However, if I'm doing a time trial based thing, the only way that the Switch Axe is viable is spamming full release slash, and it is beyond boring. It is so it takes my favorite weapon and makes it so brain off boring, but it's your highest motion value, it's your highest everything, man. It's so fun, and it gets hyper armor, so there's no reason not to spam it, especially since they took away some of the motion values from the sword mode to put into full release slash instead, which then just makes full release slash even better than everything else, which it didn't need when you're already making it where I'm gonna get hyper armor. You don't need to make the hyper armor move the strongest move in the kit. That just promotes a playstyle where all I do is swap back over to sword mode, full release slash, hit the monster 3 times, swap back over to sword mode, full release slash, hit the monster 3 times with axe mode, swap back over to sword mode. But it's just not a good gameplay loop for Switch Axe. I'll say it. Now, a lot of other weapons got some huge glow-ups. Like Lance, I actually enjoy playing Lance in Wilds. I do not enjoy Lance in any other game. Are you able to do my cat stuff? Yes, we can do Meowster Hunters here. We're fine, we're fine. Gravios parts. Why did I get Gravios parts? Yeah, I'm not hunting this guy. My goats! My goats! Wait, if they can mine for me. In just 23 days, you'll lose your protection against hackers, malware, and fake websites. Stay protected now. I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry to Norton that keeps popping up on my computer. Every time you pop up, you also tell me you've protected me from 0 links. You're sabotaging yourself too much. I just can't listen to you. I wish that I could. However, every time you pop up and say, hey, we've done fuck all, I just don't have a desire to pay for you then. You're selling yourself too short. And like, I'm happy you are, because it makes my choice so easy. All right, we want to get as many fire cell stones as possible, so we should just like go over here. Well, you know, yeah, win some, you lose some. You should just uninstall the antivirus. It's free right now, so like the second it's not free, it's gone. But for now, it's free. What do I even do with insect tusk? Like, it feels like they're so useless. Maybe there's something you can combine with them? Hold on, hold on. Macrophage bugs, carpenter bugs, insect husks. They're calling it the world's most useless item. That's so sick. Okay. Well, we can make something with this one. Oh, that's life crystals. Oh, I know these. Yeah, we should make a couple of those. Sure, why not? Then the life crystals you get to combine with just these. Yeah, because that gives you life powder. I think they're useless. Why are they popping up as something you can combine with? Also, why would I have 564 of them if they're useless? Riddle me this, Batman. No, it would be forging a new weapon here. Silverwing, we need one more. Oh, it is elemental. Fucker. So fun of. Oh, God. I hate that they do that to me. Whatever. Dragon elemental isn't that bad because there's so many of the elder dragons are weak to dragon damage, I think. I'm talking out of my ass here, but just say yes. It makes it way easier for me if everyone would just agree and be like, correct, you got it right again. Wow. How does Salted Slices do it every time? Where's the Celtis one? Bug Appetit, there it is. Celtis will be done. I mean, this is just gonna be too easy. It's curbs to, I have an electric swatter, man. They don't stand a chance. Just give me the thunder res. Why? I don't know. I feel like it. Crazy lucky cat and feet. I'm already plenty lucky. When I see feet, I already feel like the luckiest man in the world. And you're expecting me to believe I could ever be unlucky with that? No, sir. How many times can you make jokes about feet before it, like, infects your brain? It's like the cordyceps in The Last of Us, right? Like, it slowly takes you over each and every time you bring it up. And at some point, I think it's just like, it engulfs you, I believe. Many such cases have been studied on this. It's only a joke until it is not, you know? I actually think that this might be the lowest point in my food consumption career, where I decided, how about I have an energy drink before stream goes live, then realized, damn, I have not ate enough food, and I've had a protein bar and energy drink. Dude, I don't think I've ever felt like more of a degenerate gamer. Like, I kind of feel like I'd be grinding WoW for 48 hours out of 24. Holy. Get on some shit that totally slows my perception of time so it feels like I'm doing even more. That would go crazy. I think I have something near that. Yeah, there it is. Behind me. It's medical, probably. I don't know. According to my little brother's card, it's medical. So, like, counts. My little brother actually did. He did get a green card. Why? Oh, because if you get a green card at age 18, you don't have to wait till you're 21 to buy marijuana. And then now he lets me be a beneficiary on it. Or, sorry, like a caretaker on it. Which means I'm allowed to buy medical, which is sick. Because I wasn't going to go out of my way to find a doctor that would ever give me a... I was just going to pay the upcharge for using recreational. If I was ever going to do it, which I would never do because it's a sin. And if you ever touch weed once, you die. So obviously I would never do it because I enjoy being alive. Oh, brother. He's running around the whole map again. Oh, no. Oh, the next 5 years of his life are already predetermined, and it's looking for a Celtis. I did see something that surprised me, which was somebody at my job, keep in mind, we develop websites, was using Microsoft Edge as their browser. Is that not insane? Like, that feels psychotic. We're supposed to be able to design websites for old people. But if you're rocking Microsoft Edge, I think you fall into the old people category. That's not... Edge is not used by anybody under a certain age. You fucking get back here, man. No, I just got here. Wait. Isn't Edge not that bad nowadays? So, like, it's not that bad, correct? But there is a giant caveat that comes with that, which is it's really hard to list a single reason to use it over any other browser. Now, if you're going to compare it to Chrome, it's probably pretty similar to Chrome, right? But, like, who out here is actually using Google Chrome in current year? There's no shot it's anybody, right? Like, we've all agreed to move on from Chrome. We don't need it anymore. Chrome is... I mean, ever since I've stopped using Chrome, my life has just been better. I can actually browse the internet without it completely decimating all of my CPU, RAM, GPU, and everything's fine. And it feels so good. And most extensions that are made for Chrome, which was the #1 reason that people were like, well, I would change, but I mean, you gotta consider the fact that I've got all these extensions on here. They now work on almost everything. In fact, I think Opera has, and I'm not saying Opera's much better. I think Opera's better than Chrome, but they still do sell your information 100%. But I don't think you'll find a browser that doesn't. People said Firefox didn't for a while, but I really think that they did. Hold on. My model's currently not tracking my mouth that well. Give me a second. I think I've gotten up too many times. I'm just too active of a boy. Give me one moment. Whilst I fix this. All right, that should be good. I hope. It could also just be that I've been streaming for a while so that my computer is starting to lag a little bit with using the camera in order to track my face. Which is why I want to buy something that I really shouldn't want to buy because it's way too expensive for what I'm going to be using it for. By the way, we're never going to find the SaltedSlices for as long as we live. Anyways, because I want to buy a iPhone just to use for facial tracking because of Vtuber Studio. Now, this is technical talk that I'm sure most of you don't care about. However, Vtuber Studio is kind of like the top of the line, your AAA, essentially, of face tracking for VTubers. But the issue is it only runs on Apple OS and using basically just an iPhone, right? And you might be able to get it to work on Mac, but if you're using it on Mac, then you'd have to stream your Mac's camera to something else, and I don't know if it would work that way. And also, it's not like a MacBook would be much less expensive than buying a phone anyways, right? Apple, no matter what you do, I'll say it, they've got good hardware for, like, developing and, like, being creative, but damn. Do they love sucking their customers dry. Holy. Apple's like, they are cruel as hell when it comes to their pricing. I detest how much everything costs on Apple, but what am I going to do, right? It's like, it's the only option. So unfortunately, as much as I would love for it not to be the case, they do have a monopoly on it. Maybe I could try to find to get, like, Vtuber Studio to work if I run an emulator of the OS, but I doubt there's any Mac OS emulators, because if there were, I think Apple would shut that shit down quickly. The only OS emulators I can think of are, like, your virtual machines for older versions of Windows, but even then, we're talking, like, Windows XP. Dude, there's someone out there, think about this for a second, someone out there is probably nostalgic for Windows 8. Isn't that crazy? They're probably like, man, we didn't know how good we had it when we had that home page that we could tab to for Windows 8. The answer, by the way, is we did not have it good. That home page sucked ass. But some kids' first Windows is Windows 8. And because of it, they think it's the best version of Windows. And they'll miss it. That's crazy to me. Because everybody universally was like, holy shit, this is the worst version of Windows. But when you're a kid, you don't know better, right? That's why Windows XP... I'm fucking with that one 100%. Why? Because it was what I played as a kid. It was how I played UB Funkies as a kid, man. And if you didn't mess with UB Funkies, I'm sorry to say it, you were lame. I know that that's hard to hear, but UB Funkies was cool as hell. In fact, I'll say it, UB Funkies might have been one of the most ahead of its time ideas ever. Why? Because it was the toys to life genre before we had Amiibos and before we had Skylanders. And even my dad, who's not normally like, he's definitely a bit of a gamer, right? But even he was like, I was surprised that that thing never caught on, because then they made Skylanders later and people loved it. And I was like, thank you, man. Somebody who understands. And UB Funkies was chill as hell because it was like a chat room where you also had that. It was like a Webkinz plus, in my opinion. Because you could do more in the app than you could in Webkinz, because it was a full-on app you'd have to download as opposed to just being a web application that has the limitations of the processing power of most computers while being in a browser, which for back when Webkinz first released, that's a pretty fucking big limitation, man. All right, that's like a Monkey Quest level limitation. Shout out to that, one of my favorite Nickelodeon niche MMOs. I don't know how many people actually played that either. Probably 2, and I'm one of them. You're talking to 50% of the player base of Monkey Quest right now. How does that feel? Granted, I never got far in it. Why? It had charging bars. No, I'm kidding. That'd be really funny, though. But yeah, no, dude, I wish I could do like a nostalgia stream where we go back and I would play UB Funkies on stream, because I still have my base and all of the Funkies that I owned. But it's a little bit rough because I'd have to run a virtual machine to run an older version of Windows and then also find a version of the client that would still work, which is harder than it sounds because the game was not that well documented. Yeah, I mean, those are the main limitations. I remember it was the first time I thought I could be an activist was with UB Funkies, which I think is very funny. Because I sent like an email to Mattel as a kid where I was like, You guys should undiscontinue it. I would buy it. So please, bring it back. So many people would love it. You don't even realize how many fans it has. Probably not many, because the multi-million-dollar company made the decision. But on the bright side, Mattel support got back to me. And you know what I said? Tough shit, here's a $10 coupon for any Mattel toy you want. And you want to know what I used it for? Nothing. I printed it out and treasured that they responded to me. And I went, wow, I did make a change. They heard my feedback. The fact that UB Funkies never returned told me 100% they did not hear my feedback. They filed that shit away in the who cares drawer, but like they almost heard me out, which is worth something. And it probably made somebody's day, hopefully, to see a kid emailing all passionate. I bet it had a ton of typos in it. I also wonder if I still have it on that email. Hold on. Let me go into my old email. And see, because I never send emails, right? So if I go to my send, the last email I sent was... Holy shit. I have an email from 2015 where I was emailing somebody about going to Hershey Park in middle school. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. What are the other ones? Oh, here's somebody where I sent... I've got awesome old emails, man. I have one that I sent my dad where I said Roblox should be sued for having this ad that, in my opinion, is too close to it is too close to Minecraft. It looks like they're ripping off Minecraft, so Roblox should sue them. Or sorry, so Minecraft should sue Roblox. That's awesome, man. Look at me sticking up for multi-million-dollar companies. What can I say? I've just always kind of been based. I can't help it. I just root for the underdog, like the trillion-dollar company. All right, Daimo Hermitar, and then we're done with all of the 4-star quests that we need to do, which I'm very happy about, because the 4-star quests, I would say, are less than interesting sometimes. When you're this over-leveled, they're definitely less than interesting. I don't really think about anything I'm doing, and I just walk at them and get hit. But it doesn't matter because they can't kill me. I'm too strong. We'll probably finish, by the way, the urgent quest, and then that's where I'll end stream for today. Because, you remember I said my appetite that I've been eating today has been an all-time low? Dude, I feel, like, insanely sick. I'm gonna say something that might be a controversial hot take. I think that the food you eat is what powers your body, and if you put garbage in, you'll get garbage out. I don't know if anybody's ever said this before. It's probably my own original ideology. They kind of call me the modern-day Sophocles, which is a very big compliment because they had to call Sigmund Freud the modern-day Oedipus, which, not a great one. You're here for a Hermitar. Hermitar's probably spawned in his little cove. He normally likes to just sit there. His cove should be right down here. And then we just get this fight freaking started. Check this shit out. Boom. Oh my god, how does he know? Alright. Throw this from up here, from downtown. Holy shit, how does he make it every single time? Get some good damage in. Is he gonna ever, like, attack? He has become one with the crab. I can just read his mind. What can I say? He thinks about me, I think about him. Don't hit me. You fuck. Did I not ask very politely? Because I thought I was being insanely polite with it. I was trying to be genteel with it, dare I say. Alright, get in there. Dude, you want to know one of my biggest pet peeves on TikTok? Using the application. Okay, yes. But, aside from that, dude, I hate all the self-diagnosis posts. I feel like they're trying to poison people into believing they will have a mental condition because they fall into the most arbitrary boxes of all time. Like, they'll say, here's proof that you have ADHD, And the proof is, did you intake oxygen and or food today? And then people in the comments are like, wait, this is so scary. I actually did intake food today. Do you think that this is a sign? And the creator's like, well, there's no telling, but it's definitely more likely than it isn't. Like, no, man. It's like the horror, you know what it is? It's the Hogwarts house issue, where people would just do the test until they got the result they wanted. People will look at, here's the symptoms, you might have autism. And then they look at 17 videos until they find one that affirms the idea that they might have autism. And then they go, well, I might be autistic just because I do have this, this, and this. And like when they say they have autism, they go, because I have special interests. Like I like Power Rangers. Okay, that doesn't mean anything implicitly. There's a reason we have whole specialists for this. Now, I'm not saying that every single test that a specialist does will be perfect, nor am I saying everybody can afford that kind of diagnosis. However, I'm also saying self-diagnosing is a tool that you should use to say to yourself, okay, I should start looking for an official diagnosis, not something you should do to start claiming that you have an illness, because that can be very dangerous and harmful and also spread misinformation to other people, which causes them and information about said mental illness to become misinformation online, which doesn't help anybody going forward. So anyways, that's kind of like my #1 pet peeve post, especially 'cause it's always so vague. It's horoscope posting, but far more dangerous than if Jupiter's in retrograde, here's how it could affect you. At least with that one, the people who believe horoscopes are like, no, I can't go horse betting today. The horoscope said that I'm about to lose my money. And then they'll look online and say, I would have bet on this one, I would have lost. Good thing I believed my horoscope. Whereas the other people are like, yeah, I should probably buy this medication because I need it for my mental disorder that I don't have. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible to ever self-diagnose. I'm just saying if you use TikTok for self-diagnosis, I really don't think that you got it at all. I think the mental illness that you would have is believing things you see online. The illness that I can definitely say you have if you self-diagnose is being far too trusting of what people say on the internet, where, I hate to break it to you, it is legal to lie. Weaves. Yeah, no, I hate that shit, man. I think we'll be fine. Because I just hit him with one of these. Blow him up. God damn, am I folding him? I mean, it's just hardly even fair. We're gonna get hit here, and that's fine. It's part of life. If you can't roll with the punches, you can't punch with the rolls. Wow, I honestly didn't think you'd move. I didn't realize that Daimo Harmatar had motion. Holy shit. Yo, my Ring doorbell's going off. It's saying motion detected. Holy shit. What the? Alright. Well, just keep giving him back shots. The Krusty Krab back shots. He has no clue what's going on, man. The Eugene Krabs shots. Weaves. I mean, he's already limping off. This poor guy. He doesn't deserve this, and yet it's precisely what he'll get. Let him change. He's probably going to instantly change zones again, just because we've kind of been folding him so hard. Poor man. He might be made of paper because he is becoming origami with the way he's getting folded. Are you leaving zones? There's simply no way. Oh. Good news. There was no way. Good news, everyone. Hold. Hold. Yeah, I mean, like, that's a take that I can also say 100%. And I think it's just objectively true. There's no shot anybody has watched The Simpsons and then Futurama and thought to themselves, yeah, The Simpsons does it better. Yeah, like, it's so fucked up that The Simpsons was the one that got to keep going. With that said, I think they did an extra season of Futurama, and I don't remember if anybody really liked it. And I do think it's better to let a show just kind of die out when it's said all it wants to say than just keep it going. The only reason I say it's unfair is because, holy shit, The Simpsons has nothing to say, and yet it keeps going. Like, are we gonna have Bart watching Skibbity Toilet on an iPad soon because they don't know what else to parody at this point? Also, I kind of hate those posts that are like, The Simpsons does it again with another banger prediction. Because of course they can predict things that are gonna happen. If you give me 70,000 guesses at what's gonna happen in the next 4 months, if one of them is right, you can't be like, wow, they really are gifted with prophecy. No, you gotta look at all they also have done that didn't come right? And a lot of the predictions are so baseline. They'll say like, they predicted that inflation would cause this to fast food industry. Yeah, obviously, that's just looking at economic trends and saying, damn, these industries are about to start exploiting people way more. It's not exactly like, holy shit, how could they? No, it does just add up. Do you think you can get anywhere fun doing this? You can climb on those? Oh, yeah. No, I found this out on the MH4U. Yeah, you're allowed to climb around on the trees. I think there's somewhere you can jump to. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought there was like a secret or a shortcut that required you jumping around on these. But maybe I'm crazy. I swore there was one. God, look at my rainbow RGB changing Hermitar fit. Holy, do I look cool. He might just be the chillest man alive. No, that's got to go to Frozone. That guy was chill as hell. Or Mr. Freeze, but Mr. Freeze is a little bit more evil. At least in most Batman stuff. I don't know if they've ever done... They've probably done a line where Mr. Freeze was good. So I'm not like a huge Batman fan. Oh, fuck off. Oh, you can just fuck right off with that. A Plesioth is the urgent. I mean, you can just... I mean, if you like the way you look that much, you can go and love yourself. You know what I'm saying here? Where is the Usurper's downfall? There it is. Oh, right. That's the urgent. You sound as excited for me. I thought it was Garuga. God, do I wish it was Garuga. Critical Eye +2. How is it currently? Okay, we can get to +3. So then what I need to do is manage equipment, set decorations, take yours off for now, and put it on this one. Done. I mean, as long as we're using this, it's fine. Not wearing high-ranked Senna boots. Hey, let's not tell people my secret, okay? Look, I'm kind of wearing them. Cause like when you think about it, I'm wearing them, kind of. Just don't worry about it too much, okay? They're there in spirit, and I think that matters a lot, right? You can't only judge based on... Okay, basically, I was just too lazy. I crafted the rest of it, and then I looked at it and went, damn, still not enough materials for this one? It is what it is. But hey, has it stopped me from clearing all of high rank? I killed Valstrix, you know. I've covered wars, you know. Shout out to my favorite reporter of all time, Frank West. God damn, do I love the Dead Rising series. 1 and 2. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I guess it's not exactly the series. God damn, do I love Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 2. And the rest sure is here. You know, this map might not be that annoying to fight Plesioth on. I don't think he has anywhere where he can just camp us out in the water and not play the game. With that said, he's going to start on the map where he can camp us out in the water and not play the game. Check this shit out. Calling my shot. Hello, Plesioth. Yep, there he is. I see you over there, you fucker. God, Plesioth is massive. I mean, he's huge, right? How do I get you to fight me? How do I get you to care? You're just gonna miss? Alright, just shooting the ground. What a nice little pressure washer he is. He cares that the ground gets its drink. That's so wholesome of Plesioth. All right, you want to hop out of the water, man? Bowgun users probably sit here and go, what's the issue with Plesioth? You're wasting paintballs? Yeah, but it'd be so sick if I hit the shot. Oh, come on, that definitely hit him underwater. Wait, like, actually, what do you do to get to fight Plesioth? Like, what god do I have to pray to? The day I fight Plesioth again is the day I die. Hey, I prayed to whatever the right god was. I mean, this guy is just like, so... Classic. I mean, just classic. Oh, just Plesioth things, huh? That's so sick for me. I haven't hit him a single time. Why? He's hip checked me twice with the air, man. With nothing but I fucking hate you, man. Holy shit, are you annoying? I haven't even pulled out my weapon yet, dude. Weaves. Be ready, be ready. He will hip check. There it is. Me not getting a perfect dodge implies that wouldn't have hit me. I disagree. I guarantee you if I did not dodge, that shit hits me. Weave. I have no clue what he's doing, honestly. So I'm just gonna stay down here and keep wailing on him. Okay, fair enough, yep. I deserve it for just saying I'm gonna stand here and do nothing. Weaves. Now, you're gonna shoot water at me? No, you're actually gonna walk over. How kind of you, Plesioth. I didn't take you for the kind. Okay, well, fuck you. You're a lot of things. Kind is not actually one of them. I was lying. It's a thing you're allowed to do on the internet. It's actually completely legal, I think. Probably not. I don't know. Is spreading misinformation online punishable by law? Probably not, because, like, how can you tell if somebody's ignorant versus spreading misinformation? Woo. Plus, if you say allegedly, you're legally safe. I don't know what the fuck you're doing up there, man. Why is he so big? Like, I don't know if it's just me, but in my mind, Plesioth exists as, like, not this hulking gargantuan monster. Like, holy shit, he towers cities. It's crazy. Hello there. Hi, hi. You came in as I'm fighting the best monster in the entire series. This one's a fan favorite. Amongst masochists, he's one of the best. Amongst your average everyday person, god damn. Sure, man. If that makes you feel, if getting your stream out there makes you feel better, I would hate to interrupt you doing you. Especially because, I mean, look at you. I would hate to interrupt you just in general. Okay, yep, time to get fucking battered to the other side of the universe. Why? Yeah, he deserves it. You gonna hip check me? I know you wanted to, man. I could tell. I could tell you were fiending for it. We're gonna leave to a different part of the map. Okay. You know, as much as I hate Plesioth, I gotta give credit where it's due. He has a very funny skitter off. The way he skitters across the ground is really funny. Now, the fact that it's also an active attack that sends you flying if you're near him when he skitters like that, that part is actually far less funny. All right, what are you gonna do? Hip check? No, just going for a little bite. Honestly, I've been waiting for the hip check. Yeah, kill that Bullfongo, man. He's pissing me off, because, like, where does he get off trying to interrupt my job? I'm here hunting you. Woo! Alright. My challenge is for breaking your back skills. I don't know how I can even break your back, man. I wish I did. But realistically, it's so high up that I don't see how I could. Can I join? This is actually, unfortunately, my last hunt of the stream because I've got a killer headache. However, I do want to do multiplayer hunts eventually. What the fuck? You can also put me to sleep? What can't you do? All right, get bitches, obviously, but like, come on, that's just because you're allergic. You put me to sleep again? What kind of tranquilizer they put in your mouth, man? Also, what kind of defense mechanism is that for a fish? Why does a fish need to know how to sing people a lullaby? Okay, looks like we're going to sleep again. Would you like to wake us up? Oh, your hip check missed. I guess there's a first time for everything. Just gonna take a little nap here, I guess. Lagiacrus is a big predator. Well, yeah, I saw him on the one Chris Hansen show, but I wasn't gonna bring it up. Lately, like, he's a predator of Plesios, so what? He learns how to put people to sleep so he can run away. I mean, I'm not gonna tell him because it doesn't seem like he knows, but he actually doesn't even have to run. He can just hip check Lagiacrus 3 times and Lagiacrus will go flying away. Lagiacrus does not have a hip check in the same way that this guy does. This guy is his own behemoth. This is a special class Leviathan right here. I destroyed your back scales? How the fuck did I do that? I'm hitting your tummy. How high up does my switch axe hit? I mean, you've got to be getting close, man. Okay, we're getting hit there. Yep. I saw him turn to his side. I knew what that meant. This entire hemisphere was fucked. There was no saving that one. Weave? Okay, but like, when I say weave, I mean it. Oh yeah, didn't Elden Ring Night Rain just come out? Wait, what are you guys doing watching Monster Hunter? Go play Night Rain. Play it in the big day? Granted, I don't have 3 people to play with right now. I don't know if I even know 3 people who liked Elden Ring as much as I did, so I don't know how I'm gonna play it. We'll probably... Should I try it on stream? It's only 40 bucks, but I have heard middling things thus far. Like, I've heard it's good. Doesn't it come out tomorrow? Maybe it's like if you bought it on the App Store, it's available now because of Australia timers or like Japanese timers or something like that, because I don't think it'll be region locked. So I believe it's officially releasing tomorrow. But if you bought off of a different eShop, you're probably able to get it now, unless they're doing a global unlock, which I'll just, like, let's be real here. Every game should just do a global unlock, basing the time off wherever the developers are from. So like Elden Ring, Night Rain, FromSoft game, Japanese company. Do it at Japanese midnight on the 30th. Just checked, it's out. So maybe they did just do a universal release then. Because I do think global releases just make the most sense. It just feels right. But yeah, I have heard that its replayability is not there for it being a roguelike, but it's very fun for its first like 10, 20 playthroughs. Not that it's not there entirely, but you're definitely going to be a little bit disappointed with the replayability. That's what I've heard from huge Souls-like fans, which makes me think if they're the huge fans of it, it's going to be a hard sell to get my friends to care about it, because they didn't really play. I was the only one of my friends who bought Elden Ring and finished it. No, I had one friend who did. But I had 5 friends who bought Elden Ring, and of those 5 that I kept up with, 1 beat it. No, 2 beat it. Ooh, actually, I do have another friend group. But yet again, it was only 1 of them beat it, so I don't know how I'm going to get 3 people to play with. Because I don't want to play with randoms. Playing online with randoms in a game like this where death can grief other people, yeah, I'm sure going to trust my random guy online to not be able, to be able to defeat the boss. Surely, the kind of guy who has to look up a video tutorial for tying his shoe, yeah, I bet he can perfect counter a boss. Definitely, he'll be built for it. Plesios hunting. I'll take it. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Fuck, I kind of want to keep going, but like my head is killing me. And I think it's just because I haven't had enough calories. I've had 1,500 for the entire day, and my baseline's like 1,900. and it's the end of the day. So I think I need more. And I've had enough caffeine to incapacitate a child, which I guess is like any caffeine. They're not really built for it the same way I am. Pink stink. One in each, baby. Zamites, must love Lagambi, Fin Finder. Okay, yeah. We've got a couple. Anybody interesting to fight here? Not really, man. Not really at all. Anyways, yeah, no, my head is killing me. So I'm probably gonna end stream here. And then go lie down. Maybe edit a short for tomorrow, because I didn't get a short to upload for today, but I doubt I want to stand and edit. Because whenever I edit at a standing desk, because I sit too much throughout the day anyway, so I should be standing while I do everything. You practically fought everything in high rank already. Rough. That's rough then. It's going to be rough to get through the hub high rank. Not like bad or anything. It's just I don't have anything to look forward to for weapons. I guess I can look forward to an Akinator or whatever. Acantor. The one that lets me make this one. Agnactor. That's what it was. I can look forward to when Agnactor shows up, because then we might be able to make the Fire Tempest, which does look sick. It is also our first fire weapon that I want to use, because the other one we have is the Glavenus one, and while I like Glavenus a lot, I do not like elemental switch axes, like, at all, so unfortunately that's that. We could go try and make this at some point, because God, is it pretty. We could also upgrade the Gormagala one and keep using that. And I think the Gormagala one would probably be better than the Fatalis one. He doesn't know. What does he not know? The Agnactor? Is Agnactor only a single player? That'd be so funny. Someday we'll be able to make the Golden Rathian one. Granted, do I really care? No, but like, shut up, man. Now, if I get more Nova Crystals, we can make that one. That one I don't even have to level up. That one I don't have to level up. This one I don't have to level up. This one I don't have to level up because it's the exact same as the last one. This one I can level up, but yet again, I just don't really see a reason to. Technicabra one we can't level up unless I get Trunk Spines, which come from Gamoths, and like I never got them to drop. We need more Bulldrome Tusks. And then we could finally upgrade these and see what it turns into, which is probably a good idea. This one, damn. Not much. And then this one, we could make the Duramboros one eventually, but I don't even know if we're going to. Arzurius we've made before. Reckless we'd have. Bolt Axe we've never made. If you do want the best high rank one, the answer is Seregios. I do have my Seregios one right here currently, but it needs more Breachers, Airblades, and Impalers. But it does look... I do like the Seregios Switch Axe a lot. It's one of the ones that I definitely rotate to. Anyhow... Sorry, I was yawning. That's what that was, by the way. I am going to end stream here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. If you did indeed decide to come out. Dude, holy... Sorry, I just feel so disoriented right now. I'm going to... be back hopefully Saturday, worst case Monday with more Monster Hunter. I don't know if I'm doing anything this weekend. If I'm not, I should be good to stream Saturday. If I am, then I'll see you guys Monday. Yeah, that's all. All right, see ya.